Well, you haven't seen Matt's family.
We good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. Hey, before we get started, we're here with Nick Bryant, but you asked me how Vegas went. Let me tell you how Vegas went.
What happened?
All right, go ahead.
Sure.
Show number 2. So show 1 goes great. Mm-hmm. Show number 2, for some reason, 50 seats in the front. 50 seats in the front are just completely empty.
Oh, no. Did
And
50 Cent do it to...
Basically exactly what 50 Cent did, except I think it was the venue that kind of got me, because those are like artist tickets that why the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you're supposed to like dole those out.
So I walk out, it's front rows pretty empty. I start doing my little act, and about 10 minutes in, a guy in the balcony just goes, "Fuck you, Shane, you fucking sellout piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck you." He got kicked out. And I was on stage like, "How the fuck am I a sellout? I didn't fucking sell out." What the fuck? I was like, it must have been one of those bastard Saudis. But what the fuck?
What the fuck, dude?
I think he was mad he heard some of that material before.
What do you mean?
I guess he had heard that material. Because I was, of course, that's 10 minutes in. So the rest of the show, I'm just devastated.
Yeah.
Like at first, it didn't quite hit me.
Oh, that would kill me.
And then throughout the show, I was just getting sadder and sadder.
Oh.
And then I get off stage. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Like, I'm talking to everybody. I'm like, what did he mean? How did I fucking tell me how I sold out?
No.
This is the rest of the night. I'm like,
you got Lincoln, dude. It's in the man from the theater.
Pop, dude.
No.
And then Ethan was there. So he was like, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out exactly who that was and what was happening. And I was like, I sicked my dogs of war upon him, my Jews. Apparently he was like fighting, arguing with security, and he was like, he did that material last time he was here. Fuck him. Blah, blah. I haven't been to fucking Vegas.
Yeah.
I had like a guest spot on Burt's, which was probably the 15 I opened up with.
Yeah, but
So he probably heard that first 15 and was just like, I'm done with this shit. Fucking sellout. Anyway, so that was catastrophic. It's never really happened. That was a tough one.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. So that was sad.
That was that's definitely one of those formative moments though. Maybe it'll give you a good fired charge.
Yeah.
Or does it just sting? So I like every now and again, I've heard of people doing like poorly on those big giant shows you do.
Yeah.
And they do.
This was a small one.
I was talking when I did terrible on the one time. I was like, it has a real, gives you a real formative charge.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
But afterwards, though, I got like a real fire in my belly. But
yeah.
If there was like even like one empty table in the front, I get freaked out. I'm like, why? What is that about?
I was so mad. I was like, why would this has been sold out for a while? Why would you leave like 3 rows?
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the front, and that's all you can see. I'm just kind of talking to no one, and then all of a sudden a guy in outer space is like, "You fucking suck." Like, shit.
You're like, what was that place Elvis got like stuck in?
Yeah.
What is that place called? What was the theater Elvis got stuck in that he had to perform?
Vegas?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was thinking Fat Elvis the whole time. I love Fat Elvis so much. Fat Elvis coming out. It's like my favorite video ever.
You know what killed him was a heart attack while he was defecating because it was on so many narcotics. It was just.
Oh man, I never realized he was pushing that hard because
he was pushing
the pains.
Yeah. And he was probably also swiveling his hips while he pushed.
Yeah,
Those days I think were long gone for Elvis.
True.
I don't know. Did you ever see Fat Elvis in Vegas?
I don't
Unchained
think I have.
Melody is
it's awesome.
Fucking incredible.
So all the Pepsi, or the Cokes, or whatever.
Just he comes out, you're like, oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Is that the thing where he does his karate thing?
He does a little karate up front. That's why everyone's like, Jesus, this guy's done. And then he hits Unchained Melody, and it's just,
I did see
holy
that.
shit.
It is awesome.
My thinking on it was, he's gone.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Nick, what's going on, man? We were just talking about some disastrous things that happened this weekend, but I'll be all right,
I see you got a Napoleon with Bud Light. I like that.
Yeah, it was a nice gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend's girlfriend paying that for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's new? What's new?
Yeah,
and
I'd like to
shaking?
get right into this.
Well, you know,
We gotta
I'm
get this,
the
all
guy
right, never
that
mind.
I'm the guy that you invite when you want to hear about child trafficking and child abuse.
Yeah.
It's really
That's one way to put it.
it's quite a distinction, I got to admit. But I do want to say, when I first met you guys, you were living in, I believe,
Queens.
Brooklyn
Yeah.
or Queens, yeah. And now you've got a sitcom on Netflix, which, if I ever get tired of being a writer, I'm going to aspire to work at a tire shop. I mean, it looks like
We actually have a child trafficking episode.
Oh, really? Wow.
working on
I
it.
got, right,
Get you in there.
And then
be a
I saw
consultant.
Matt a couple weeks ago on Netflix, and he enumerated every reason why I've never been married.
Well, thank you, sir.
But I'm glad to be back. Always like to hang out with you guys. Always a good time.
Glad to
Yeah,
have
it's
you.
very nice to have you. This is it's very reminiscent of the Skrilla episode.
Yeah. How so?
Just
Yeah.
polar opposites. Just joking.
I thought he was like, his face isn't covered.
The last time I was on here, I was starting a nonprofit organization called
Remember that.
Epstein Justice. And what we're trying to do is get an independent congressional commission to look at the crimes committed by Epstein. Right now, some legislators are trying to get a bill through, but I don't think it's going to work. It's called a discharge petition. And they need a majority in the House, which they have, but Mike Johnson isn't swearing in this woman who became a representative in Arizona. So if they can get a majority in the House, it can become a bill. It would be Bill 165. And if they can get a majority in the House to vote on an Epstein investigation, then it'll go through Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who's very skeptical. He's not been very positive about an Epstein investigation. And if it can get through him, then it goes to a vote to the Senate. And if it can get through the Senate, then Donald Trump has to sign it into law. And
He's
Donald
definitely
Trump,
not gonna
He'll sign it.
You should have burned it.
without a doubt.
What's plan B?
So what we're shooting for is an independent congressional commission where we need a majority in the House and we need a majority in the Senate, but we don't need a presidential signature.
Right.
And our plan is to harass legislators until they do the right thing and make sure that, because there's 218 that are willing to vote for this discharge petition. So there is a majority there. And I think that there would be people receptive. It's unfortunate, though, that it's partisan. I mean, all we want is a simple investigation into child trafficking, Epstein-related child trafficking, but it's become a partisan issue. When you would think that every legislator would want to vote for, yes, we need an investigation into a child trafficking network where no one has been indicted except for Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Anytime like somebody like Thune, who if anybody's like cynical against it, it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a weird thing to be against, you know?
Thune, I mean, I look at all these guys that are against it. And I mean, it's really weird.
It's weird to be against that.
That we have congressmen and congresswomen that vote against an investigation into child trafficking. When you think about that.
It's crazy.
Well, it's also, so is the thing I'm always confused about, like, are there really like Epstein papers? Like, I find it hard to believe there's like a giant stack of papers that has a bunch of information about like high power sex offenders that's just sitting in a safe right now that people are like, no, you can't see that. Wouldn't they destroy that?
Well, I released Epstein's Black Book and Flight Logs
Yeah, remember
in
that.
2015. And all the perps are in that book, and all the perps are on the flight logs. I mean, there's a lot of other people that are named, but there's a lot of perps. And the day after Epstein was arrested, the FBI opened up his safe. And his safe contained
Oh, there you go.
discs and discs and discs of underage girls.
Dang.
And also, there were hard drives that were taken too. And the thing about Pam Bondi, she's saying that the FBI just started looking at this stuff a couple of months ago, which is total bullshit. I mean, the FBI and Department of Justice and whoever else was covering up for Epstein, they were looking at that stuff in 2019. It didn't like sit in some dark corner of the FBI. And now we got to look at it 6 years later. So the Trump administration has been guilty of a lot of lies. Pamela Bondi came out and said, yes, it's on my desk and we're going to release names. And then they released it and it was a nothing sandwich. I provided more incriminating information on Jeffrey Epstein and his network in 2015 than Pam Bondi did in 2025.
That's pretty weird, actually, now you say that.
And then she said that she'd been bamboozled by the FBI field office, that they had, because it was such a nothing sandwich. And then she said, now she has a truckload of evidence. And she said,
It's never great. Whole truckload of CP.
Yeah, what's the protocol for them watching? Is there like a specific government protocol? You have to literally watch child pornography. Like, how do they do? Is there like a 30-second increment thing, or like how do they do that?
I don't know. They probably hire some pervs or something. It's
There's probably plenty of them in the government. That's perfect.
We got a couple guys that will volunteer over there.
No, for real, that's like fucked up to have to watch.
Of course.
That. Yeesh.
so.
Yeah, it's like life altering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pam Bondi then said, she keeps digging herself into a deeper and deeper hole. She said, only matters related to national security would be redacted. So now she has to tell us what a bunch of child molesters have to do with national security. And then ultimately they put out a memo that no one signed that said that there were 300 gigabytes impounded from Jeffrey Epstein, that there are over 1,000 victims, and that Jeffrey Epstein just downloaded these thousands of hours of pornography from the internet, and he molested over 1,000 victims without any help except from Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, total bullshit. And Bondi had said earlier that there were videos of Epstein molesting underage girls. So the lies have just kept mounting and mounting and mounting. And I think that that's why this case is being kept alive. One of the reasons why is people want to know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's also just disappointing because that's like the one thing, it's like with the shutdown and everything, it's like they're bickering over this and that, but definitely having sex with children, you'd think they'd kind of pop the mask off and be like, all right, we'll get to the bottom of this one. If they're punting that around, it's like, man, these guys really will lie about anything. It's sad.
Yeah.
It really shows how degenerate our government is. And then Mike Johnson, who's the House Majority Speaker, he said that, and this is really bizarre, he adjourned the House early so it couldn't vote on Massey's discharge bill, which would have had the representatives vote on whether or not there should be an Epstein investigation. And then we found out that he had an app on his phone called Covenant Eye.
Yeah.
And his son also has Covenant Eye, so they can monitor each other's consumption of pornography. Yeah. That's our Speaker of the House. And
at least he wasn't there, probably. That's fair. Or maybe that's where
was he?
Changes
that could cut both ways.
Yeah, true. Get back from the trip, be like, look, son, we're going to start cracking down on this whole thing here.
It's time to make some changes.
And then
God,
he told an unbelievable lie that Donald Trump was an informant working
man on
for
the inside.
FBI spying on Epstein. And that was such an egregious lie that he had to walk it back. So
hold on, he claimed Donald Trump was there as like a secret high-level informant.
Yeah, as an informant.
00 Trump was down there
he was down
on
there.
the massage table.
yeah.
And now he's not opening up the House, so that discharge petition cannot be voted on. I mean, but even if that discharge petition makes it through the House and makes it through John Thune and makes it through the Senate, it's never going to make it through Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, but we have a president, and I don't have Trump derangement syndrome, but we do have a president that's committed to not making sure that there's an investigation into a bunch of child molesters.
Would you say there's a chance that Trump is trying to hide that investigation because he knows the people that would release it would use him as, like, they would maybe insert him more than he was into it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they might weaponize it against him. if you let the Democrats lead the investigation. Now that's just I'm just playing.
No, that's entirely possible.
Yeah.
I think what Trump is hiding, Trump might be involved. I mean, with Epstein, people pretty much knew what he. John McCain's widow was being interviewed about Epstein, and she said that everybody knew what Epstein was about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not like a secret that what Epstein was about.
Yeah.
And Trump hung out with him for a long time.
Now the thing I've always been told is he stopped hanging out with him after the first time Epstein got caught in Florida.
No, it was before. Okay, so there's two stories about that.
Yeah.
There's two that Epstein did something very inappropriate to an underage girl at Mar-a-Lago, and then the other story is that they had a bidding war on a mansion in Florida, and that for some reason that ended their friendship. We really don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like, damn pedophile outbidded me, son of a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, because didn't Bill Gates still hang out with him after he got busted for, because he got like busted on record for pedophilia.
Yeah, in Florida. Then
In 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cover story is that Bill Gates was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein in 2011. But there's an article by the Evening Standard, a UK paper, that talks about them doing business in the 1990s.
Okay.
So we have no idea of how long Bill Gates has been hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein.
Got you.
I would say the big thing for me is who's hanging out with him after he got busted in 2007. Was that the first time Epstein got busted for
Yeah.
underage stuff?
Yeah.
That would be, to me, a pretty important marker as to who's still hanging out with him after that.
Well, John Burns, the head of the CIA, hung out with Jeffrey Epstein.
Another undercover agent, son of a bitch.
Who's not a spy in
I
this?
think Bill Gates' wife came out and said he was chilling
this-
with Epstein after he got indicted.
Was this all just to capture Chris Tucker? Was this all just to bring down Tucker?
Let's take down Hawkins, man. They had
That
to take
damn
down
Chris
Hawkins.
Tucker.
Yeah. They got Spacey, Tuckman, and fucking Hawking. This is all
No,
for
no,
that?
it was Spacey and Tucker and Clinton on Epstein's plane.
Yeah.
Now you know that something very aberrant went down there with those.
Aberrant's a good word.
Allegedly.
Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah, true.
This whole podcast, allegedly.
Exactly. We're merely speculating. But yeah, I mean, so do you worry the kind of like appetite for justice will fizzle out under all kind of the current just people just, I guess obfuscating's the word, just being like, whatever, who cares? Let's move on. We got bigger fish to fry.
I don't think so. I mean, this thing has been covered. The Bush 2 covered it up. I mean, he was the guy that got the ball rolling on the cover up. And
Could you
in
explain
2007.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then Biden covered it up.
Yeah.
And Obama covered it up. And Trump covered it up. So it's been
the
covered
hell
up
happened?
by 4 different presidents.
Jesus Christ.
Must have
And
been the sickest part. It's Project X, dude. Fucking they did it. Dude.
Hawkins had the ski goggles on.
A pursuit of
Yeah, like that makes it seem so horrible.
It's the party of the century. They can't tell their parents.
I mean, that's so damning. If every single
4 presidents.
yeah,
Where Trump got himself into trouble is he said he'd be transparent about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
And Epstein is a Pandora's box. Once you open that, once Pandora's box is opened, the curse comes out.
Yeah.
And Trump thought that, I believe that Trump thought he could open it ever so slightly and slam it shut. But as soon as he opened it, the curse came out.
Yeah.
And he is hemorrhaging MAGA because of this issue. There's a lot of MAGA people that have just, the Trump administration and Mike Johnson have just been filled with so much bullshit that they've completely embarked on a different path than Donald Trump. I mean, they've jumped ship.
Would you say that the Epstein thing seems like a Mossad and CIA? Is it like joint to you, or is it just Mossad? Or
It's entirely possible. There's People say it's just Mossad, and I can't imagine the Mossad compromising American politicians on American soil without the CIA getting a cut.
Yeah.
I look at the Mossad and the CIA, at least the dark side of the Mossad. It's like the Gambino and the Genovese crime family. Yeah. I mean, they're both engaged in the same criminality, and they work together instead of working against each other. And Virginia Giuffre, her memoir came out a couple of days ago, and she talked about a prime minister that beat her up, and that was really vicious with her. And I knew Virginia. I got to know her pretty well.
Fucking Angela Merkel.
Virginia told me that it was a Hood Barak.
Fucking Merkel.
Sorry.
Merkel got in there.
That's terrible.
Laid the lumber. Allegedly. No, it was.
It was a Hood Barak,
Oh,
the prime
okay.
minister.
Whoa, okay. I was going to say, why didn't she name him?
She just said prime minister in her book, but she told me
That's
that,
Turkey, right?
Shit.
that it was a Hood Barak.
Is that Turkey?
No, he was the prime minister of Israel.
Oh, jeez.
And he was also head of Israeli intelligence at one point, too.
Yikes.
So that's how high this goes. It goes to the former prime minister of Israel, and it goes very, very high in American politics, too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're not going to get that.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell us that.
They're going to need like a Snowden type figure.
Well, and I think that's why Americans really want to know how corrupt their political system is. And I've been writing about political blackmail for 22, 23 years. And I think that our political system is rife with blackmail. Even if Trump isn't involved with Epstein, he's protecting a system that's heavily compromised. I mean, that's what I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that as far as I can, I mean, I don't really know much about the government, but yeah, if they can't release that, if they do have damning evidence that they can't release, it's kind of proof. I mean, their whole thing is kind of like, dude, there's nothing there. People are hyping this all up. It's not what they said it was, but I don't know.
There's
Seems like
over
there could be.
1,000 victims that we know of.
There you go.
And
There's good counterpoint.
We know, we know that. And then we know the procurers. We know who a bunch of the procurers are.
What?
I mean, the New York Times has written an article on 6 procurers. And Politico has written an article on 5 procurers. So we could take those procurers and indict them on multiple counts of child trafficking, and then they would roll over on the perps, and then you've got a bunch of victims who would be willing to testify against the perps. I mean, this whole thing could be taken care of really quickly if the Department of Justice had the will. If Pamela Bondi and Kash Patel weren't lying their asses off, this could be taken care of.
Yeah, that was the one thing that kind of sunk them when they were asked directly, like, were you told to warn Trump if anything came up, kind of like indicting him or alleging that he was involved, and they would be like, why are you even asking me this? Which is kind of like, dude, it's a yes or no, man. Just say yes. But yeah,
but that's also the thing where it's like, I'm not defending Trump again, but it's like there's an idea where he could be like, the intelligence communities have been trying to get him.
Yes.
Some parts of the intelligence community have been trying to get him for a while.
For sure.
It's like, who knows, under the last...
Yeah.
If they like slid some fucking names in there of like, well, Trump did this also. You just add it to the fucking file.
Yeah.
And then when he's like, I'm going to release it, and he opens it, and it's like, oh shit, they said I did a bunch
they got
of shit.
me. The letter.
I don't know.
What do you think about the letter? No, true. That
But
letter.
he was obviously, he was boys with him.
Who knows? Yeah, exactly. But say the letter's not real. That would have scared me. If I was a president and they came up with a thing, be like, yo, this guy wrote this, I'd be like, fuck.
No,
this.
you guys think the letter is real?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I have a hard time believing that Rupert Murdoch would have published it without vetting it. And if you look at the birthday book and the other entries, it's consistent with what's in the birthday book.
Yeah.
So
you believe the letter's real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Can he draw like that? That was like kind of fucking impressive, honestly. Taken out of the context.
I mean, he probably had a kid do it.
I was impressed with the handwriting. I don't have very legible handwriting.
No,
So
but even shaping it like the...
Yeah.
Also, the wordplay, again, just taken out of context, was, I thought, fairly strong. Judging it as a piece of prose, I was like, damn, I didn't know Trump had had that in him. Blood of the poets coursing through him.
So I've been in this reality for a long time. I've been investigating Epstein since 2012. What do you guys think? I mean, what's your surmise on all this?
Part of me if I'm being honest, it's like there is something awesome about being like, yeah, all the guys on top are sick perverts and I get to take them down. So there's part of me that like not wants it to be true, but I get like excited for that to come out. So I try not to get too like, yeah, it's definitely the case. But the more and more people who really research it tend to be like, yeah, it was definitely a giant conspiracy that's being covered up. So I kind of believe that. I think it's yeah, I think there's a strong possibility it's a horrible, terrible conspiracy that's getting covered up by super powerful people.
Yeah.
So
89% of the American people want the Epstein files to be released. And the government...
Shout out to those 11%.
Yeah, I was thinking, there's probably 11% are probably pedophiles.
That's crazy.
I think they actually, they polled, I forget, I don't know what country it was in, but they were like, should we relax the child, like the pedophilia laws? And I do think there were 14% of people, it was either pedophilia or child pornography, were like, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, Alan Dershowitz is on record saying that child pornography should be legal.
Yeah, dude.
He was one of Epstein's swell.
Maybe it was a
pals.
podcast. Maybe he might have been doing a podcast. It might have been out of context. He might have been joking.
Damn, what's his argument for that? Being like,
Probably have that quote at some point, dude. We've done this for a million hours. Sure, there was one night where I jokingly said that.
Dershowitz is a serious man.
I'm serious as hell. Fucking sell out. Fuck you.
Matt, stop laughing and get quiet. Matt, seriously, I know we fuck around a lot, but I want to make it a really important
This is an
point.
important thing I want to say.
You in
You got that legalize it.
It's you in 2017.
Legalize it.
Matt, seriously, can you fucking stop messing around? I want to make a point. So why did Dershowitz say that?
I think Alan has some psychological issues
fair.
towards women. I
Thinks they're
busted
too
him
old.
lying. And he was sued by, Virginia Giuffre's affidavit came out in 2015, and she said that she'd been molested by Alan Dershowitz and Prince Andrew and Jean-Luc Brunel. And Alan Dershowitz went on the offensive, and he was
like, I don't
talking,
think it's a crime.
What's that?
What was his offensive? Like, I don't think it's a crime.
Well, no, his offensive was, I never fly without my wife.
Oh, the pants.
And then the pants too. And then the flight logs that I had that I put up showed that he was definitely flying without his wife.
Liar.
So he told American lawyer that he only flew with his wife, and then I nailed him lying. I said, are you sure you want to go with this? And then he said, well, maybe I forgot, this girl. Or that.
Forgot to bring her to the sex island.
And then he changed his tune because
that's right. She wasn't there.
She would have hated it. Wait, so he did? He changed it and I was like, okay, so maybe sometimes I do.
Well, he changed his tune in a deposition, and he said that his wife flew with him on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. So, I busted Alan.
Dang.
And lying.
He had to change it up a little bit.
He had to change it up a little bit after that article came out.
What office does this guy hold? What does he do? I always hear his name. I don't know really what he does.
Well, I mean, he's a retired Harvard law professor, but he's made his name defending rapists and murderers.
Jesus.
Like Mike Tyson and O.J. Simpson. And he's got a long list of malignant types that he's defended.
Okay.
Klaus von Bülow. That's his thing, is trying to show innocence to the most guilty, malignant people on the face of the earth. That seems to be his thing.
So, how'd you get into all this? What got you kind of, seems to be like a crazy thing to kind of buckle down into. How'd you get into this?
I had a difficult childhood, and that's kind of the reason why. I have a lot. Before I even got into writing about this really weird shit, I'd written a lot about children's issues, and my mom was a Playboy bunny, and I never knew my father. I was born in Minneapolis, and then we moved to Chicago where she was a bunny, and then we moved in with another bunny.
Whoa.
So when I was a kid, I was raised by bunnies. And and Freud's Oedipus complex.
Let's get into it, yeah. You're in the hutch.
Freud's Oedipus complex has been largely dismissed, but I really like carrots. I ate a lot of carrots, so I don't know what.
So it was just bunnies. So what would Freud say about it? Because there's supposed to be the fear of the father castrating you. You had no fear of the castration.
I didn't meet my dad till I was 16.
Oh, yeah.
So it was, it's kind of funny. My mom told me how bad my dad was.
Yeah.
My grandmother told me how bad my dad was. My uncles told me how bad my dad was. And then when I met him, he was much worse.
Oh, shit. I thought he was going to be the man.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's the man, dude.
So
probably jealous you're hanging out with bunnies. You're probably fucking pumped.
Well, it was a good gig as a kid to hang out with bunnies. I mean, there wasn't anybody to play with.
For sure.
But the bunnies were always really nice to me.
That's nice.
And my mom went to LA. My mom and I went to LA. She split Chicago. We went to LA. And, but we lived with 2 women, and one of them married a mafioso, and one of them became a prostitute, and a high-class prostitute. And then my mom ultimately married an attorney. So he was an asshole, but she got the best bet of the best deal.
So just to bring it back, so why was your dad's like? What was your impression of your dad when you finally met him at 16? Like, what did he do that you were like, damn, this guy is a fucking asshole?
But I mean, just he dripped of it. I mean, there wasn't a benevolent bone in his body. I mean, just a really nasty, foul human.
Damn.
Being. Yeah.
So like you met him, and I'm sure you were pretty like stoked to meet the guy finally. And what did he do? Was he just like?
Yeah, I probably met him 10 times in my life.
Okay.
I've got a rare neurological disorder that I've had 2 major neurosurgeries for. It's called dystonia, and it disfigures people. Mm-hmm. And there's only 2 neurosurgeons in the country that perform the kind of surgery that I need. One's in Jacksonville, Florida. One's at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. And my last neurosurgery was about 10 years ago. And I called up my dad. I hadn't talked to him in a while. And I said, I'm going to have neurosurgery, and I'm going to have to get cleared before I go back to New York. So I'm going to need a place to stay. And he said, you got yourself into this. You get yourself out of it.
What an asshole. So you're absolutely right. The guy's a fucking asshole. Class A jerk.
His son's about to have major neurosurgery.
Hey, you did this to yourself, asshole.
You got to get yourself out of this.
Oh, man.
So that is my dad in a nutshell.
Yeah.
What a hard ass.
He died last year. I hadn't seen him in 20 years. I mean, we talked on the phone occasionally, but I went and saw him before he died. And
what did he die from? If you don't mind me asking.
Neurosurgery.
Yeah.
I think it was his heart that ultimately. But the guy, I got to admit, as far as alcoholics go, the way that he drank, all his brothers died in their early 60s, but he made it to his mid 80s.
Kept it rolling.
Yeah. I mean, impressive.
Yeah, the hate fueled him.
The hate will fuel you.
So my mom.
Damn, he probably doesn't even remember that phone call he was probably hammered. Like, you know what? You got yourself into this. Fucking get out of it. He was probably always like, what the fuck is my son's problem? I don't know why this guy's so mad at me.
That's a fair point.
Well, actually, he did get mad at me, and he told his wife that, if I called, he didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Okay.
So,
well,
you just can't beat unconditional paternal love like that.
Yeah.
True.
So my mom ultimately married this corporate lawyer, and he was a very violent guy. All the women on my mom's side of the family marry violent assholes or drunk assholes. And he was pretty violent towards me, and my mom was cool with it. And after one kind of particularly nasty beating I took in the living room, I ran away. I was 12.
Damn.
And I'm really glad that I didn't get that far when I was 12 years old, because a lot of bad things can happen to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then I was sent to, it was a military school. It was, I was in 8th grade. I was 13, so it wasn't quite, it was St. James Shattuck. Shattuck was the military part. St. James was when you got into 9th grade, you went into Shattuck. But it was the same kind of hazing. It was brutal. It was really violent. The first 2 books that we read were the Bible and Lord of the Flies. I mean, that was how that place indoctrinated. And it was really violent. I was a good student. I was a good athlete. And my mother and stepfather said that I didn't have to go back if I did well. So I did well. And they said, well, since you've done so well, we're going to send you back. And I said, I'm not going back there. And they said, well, you got to go back. And I said, no, I'm not going back. And they said, well, we'll put you in foster care. And by this time I hadn't done anything,
Jesus, man.
And then I ultimately ended up going to public school. But at that point,
so they didn't put you in foster care. You called their bluff on the
And then at that point,
house.
I started smoking weed.
Sick.
And I went from like a straight A student to failing classes. I mean, it was...
and damn, the weed was like 2% THC back then.
No, weed's a perfect gateway into Epstein. Smoke a little weed, you go, these motherfuckers are pedophiles. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Damn, so you started toking.
And then there was I tuned in, turned on, and dropped out, basically. And
just off the weed, or were you taking anything else?
I was doing other stuff too. And then I got kicked out of a high school. And then I ultimately ended up at a high school that an avocado could have graduated from. I mean, this high school, they gave us...
Reading. Reading, PA. We got a couple avocado grads. We got some avocado grads.
Some Haas avocados. So then you say you got through. They pushed you through.
Well, so at this high school, they gave us pinball machines, foosball tables, pool tables, and smoking lounges.
That's awesome.
To keep us there. They really, I mean, and I knew that some of my friends were dropping out, and I was a major knucklehead at that point. Still kind of a knucklehead, but I realized I would never have an easier ride for the rest of my life in this high school. So I graduated from the high school, and then I started hitchhiking around the country.
Jesus.
And that was really a good time.
What year was this?
I started hitchhiking around about 79.
Whoa.
And the 60s as like a cultural movement went from like 1959 through like the 70s. And when I was there, there's a book by Jack Kerouac called The Dharma Bums, and
It's gonna be The Road, but whatever. The Road, I know.
What's it called again?
Dharma Bums.
Dharma
and on
Bums.
the road too. They're both about hitchhiking around.
Didn't one of his friends try to levitate the Pentagon?
I
think it was Allen Ginsberg.
Sounds awesome.
Him and his friend tried to levitate. They tried to meditate until the Pentagon started levitating off the ground. It was like a big thing during Vietnam.
Literally the dumbest dudes of all time. I wonder if the Pentagon took him seriously at all, though.
I think they probably did.
The Pentagon was probably, they're outside. They're trying to levitate us right now.
That did
Hold on to something. We're going to get levitated.
It might have been Ginsberg.
I think it was Ginsberg. You're right. It was
Dumbest
Ginsberg.
fucks alive are outside. It's our worst nightmare.
Because there's people in Vietnam, they would get reports and be like, I don't know, like, what's going on back home? Like, I don't know, some fucking weird poet's trying to levitate the Pentagon. They're like, motherfuckers, jerks.
Yeah. We're going to send 2 guys out there to beat the fuck out of him.
You went to West Point, right?
Very, very briefly, yeah. A couple weeks.
Why did you? Why was it such a short tenure?
I knew I wasn't going to make it before I got there. The last like 2 months leading up to it, I was like, I made a huge mistake. And then as soon as I got there, I knew I made a huge mistake. Yeah, that was it.
Did it change your perspective on life? Is that what made you decide to become?
I mean, it was a giant, humiliating failure, so that probably helped.
Set you up for comedy.
I was young. I was like 17, and I experienced like a town-wide humiliation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my whole town was excited about it.
Oh, wow.
And 3 weeks later, I was on my parents' couch. They were like, "You fucking loser." Yeah,
I never thought about it like that.
yeah, it was a very.
I thought you just get out and be like, wasn't for me. But yeah, it's,
Yeah, I mean, you think that.
yeah,
No one's gonna care. No one's gonna make fun of me for the rest of my life.
true. Especially
Yep.
Central PA. Yeah.
Central PA, they were fucking pumped I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That book I'm reading right now, Vietnam per Casey, or per Casey, whatever it's called. They talk about how he's just like he's in high school. Him and his friend are like playing, soldiers at like 13.
Yeah.
17 comes around. He's like, bro, send me to the Marines. And I really think, because back then they didn't have the internet. So like, they're like, I'm going to join the Marines. I think they thought people would be like, welcome, hero. Here's your quest.
Yeah.
And you're just screamed at on a bus from day one. Like, get the fuck, I'll fuck your mom, you little bitch. And then you're just like, they got there and they're like, this isn't at all what we thought was going to happen.
Well, yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
That does happen. And
you're
West Point, the same. Now, the boot camp's not like that serious.
Yeah.
But it is different, especially when you're recruited for football.
Yeah.
Every time I would go visit there, I'd be like, this place is awesome.
Oh, they
everyone's having a
fucking
blast,
tricked you.
dude. This is all great. And you get there and they're like,
Bitch.
yeah. And I wasn't as smart as everyone else there. And there was a lot. I did not belong. So.
Because after my year of regimentation at Shattuck St. James, I mean, that was it. I was done. And I hadn't really been turned on to church or God or anything like that. And they were really heavy on God and violence. And I just kind of discarded everything once I started getting high.
Yeah.
I had a lot of anxiety with my stepfather. And then I had a lot of anxiety with that school because it was very violent. And once I started getting high, that anxiety just kind of melted away from me.
Tight.
And that kind of was my trajectory. But being on the road at that point was a really good time because you'd meet other Dharma bums, and we were all young and idealistic and looking for ourselves, looking for the world, looking for America, and it was really a good time.
Then how'd that bleed into the 80s though? Because then the 80s, didn't that become a whole different thing?
The 80s was different. I got off the road when I was, I think about 82.
Okay.
I noticed one thing about my fellow Dharma bums. Dharma is the Pali word for truth, and bum is the American word for bum. And my fellow Dharma bums, as they got older, their Dharma was receding, which only leaves bum. So
I think that's how most bums, it's pretty typical. And then cocaine came around.
Yeah.
I did some of that,
Yeah. That probably changed the whole vibe. You guys became venture capitalists.
But I ended up at the University of Minnesota. They had a program where if you hadn't been to school in 4 years, you could take classes, and if you did well, you'd matriculate. And so that's what happened is I took classes. So nice. I got very lucky that they had that.
Sure, Golden Gopher.
Golden Gophers, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, that football team has sucked since 1960. Yeah. But
now they got a guy right now. The coach is doing all right. Fleck, you gotta look him up.
Yeah.
Oh, you know about Fleck?
Yeah, I know about Fleck. Yeah.
He could row the boats, dude. They could be all right.
He's highly entertaining. He kind of reminds me of the Music Man, that musical, where he thinks that he's making people think that he's actually got a good football team.
He's doing all right.
But Ohio State beat the U of M like 41-3 or something.
That'll happen.
Yeah,
Don't do that to everybody. But they beat Nebraska.
They did
Gophers
beat Nebraska.
That was nice.
But Nebraska's been pretty bad since Tom Osborne split. So.
Damn, dude. I didn't know you knew Ball. Ball and Epstein? Let's go.
This is the Golden Gophers breakout combo. It's so nice, man. I love this. So you went to college. You're back.
I took philosophy class. I liked philosophy classes. Mm-hmm. Had it been not for philosophy class, I don't think I would have been able to make it through college. But I majored in philosophy. Well, actually, it was kind of a rigorous major. It was philosophy and hallucinogenics.
Sick.
And
Damn.
and which left me very confused.
Now you have Matt's attention.
You might be a master manipulator.
Yeah, dude, you're Mossad.
Yeah, that will get you.
But I love, to this day, I still love philosophy. I mean, I started reading philosophy when I was like 15, so Eastern philosophy. And I think that I took one journalism class, and I thought it was the most boring thing I'd ever encountered in my life. Because I was thinking about journalism, but I took that one class, and I said I could never do journalism.
Good for you.
Little did you know.
Well, I ultimately was hired by the University of Minnesota Medical School to write academic papers on things that had to do with ethics. And that was a good gig. I did it for about 5 years, and it paid really well. I mean, because you've got a philosophy degree, they're going to do that or teach or drive a cab, one or the other. And I liked doing that. I kind of was, my colleagues were, the hypocrisy was kind of getting to me. And I realized that I'm a hypocrite. We're all hypocrites. But my colleagues didn't realize their hypocrisy. So I felt like I was a superior hypocrite than them. Yeah. And when you start thinking that you're a superior hypocrite, that you kind of push you out there. Yeah. But something happened. I had started to moonlight as a journalist. And there was this woman who she ran an organization that helped prostitutes get off the street. And she was a little crazy, but she said that there was a serial killer killing prostitutes. And the Minneapolis police, St. Paul police denied it.
Not in Minnesota.
Not in Minnesota, yeah. The nice Midwest.
Yeah.
And so I went to the State Bureau of, I think it's something, they gave me a readout of the age, the sex, and the way someone died. And then I went to the databases for the Minneapolis newspaper and St. Paul newspaper, and I compiled a list of 38 women who had been stabbed, strangled, or beaten to death in like the previous 8 years. And it was pretty damning. And I went to and most of them were prostitutes. And I went to the cops and I said, "You still want to see it? There's no serial killer." Yeah. And I went to the Minneapolis police, and I went to the St. Paul police. And then the article got published, and actually a task force was formed to catch this guy. They never caught him. I think there might have been up to 3 of them, but anyway, they were never caught. And I'd written these academic papers for 5 years, and I'd written a book that was, I thought, a pretty good book, or I co-authored a book, and it got nothing done. And here I write an article, and there's a task force formed. So that's why I kind of changed gears and got into journalism.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. You got to look into Austin.
Yeah.
You might have something.
I mean, the FBI is even cop to it.
Yeah. How many... Do they? I guess it's a hard thing to have statistics on. Do they know how many serial killers are like on average in a country in a given time? Is there like always like 5 or 6 of them kicking around?
Okay, so the FBI, when I was writing about serial killers, I haven't written about, since I'm writing about government malfeasance, it's so much more evil than serial killers.
Yeah,
but
that's bad.
But the FBI said that there were 50 at any given time. But I talked to other people that said that it's more like probably 200.
Dang.
Yeah. Was that around MK Ultra? Isn't there like a correlation? Like people try to.
There's a really good book written by a guy named Dave McGowan, and he showed that a number of serial killers were either like in the Phoenix program, which was in Vietnam, or they'd been somehow entangled with the government. He made an argument that some had been through MK Ultra. And it's called Program to Kill. Really a good book. Yeah. Really a good
book.
I mean, I'd strongly suggest it to anybody that's into serial killers and the government creating serial killers.
Dang.
Matt took LSD, and I've seen a darkness in his eyes since then. He might be Matt MK Ultra himself, and he's going to strangle a hooker.
I need a conservatorship immediately. I need to move back in with my parents. I should move my whole family back in with my parents and be like, guys, I can't stop thinking about killing gay guys in Austin. Take me in. That'd be nice, actually.
What was your jump off point? Did you go to college or did you?
I did. I kept going to college after West Point. I went to Elon, failed out of there, went to Harrisburg Area Community College, and then I went to Westchester University. And then while I was at Westchester, I started doing stand-up a little. And that was it. Just kept doing stand-up.
And you were kind of hooked?
Yeah, for sure.
I read Lenny Bruce's book, How to Talk Dirty and Influence People. And the first time that he got up in front of a crowd and got laughs, he said he was hooked.
Yeah, that's typically how it works. How about you, Matt?
Same thing. Yeah.
You got the
When you
bug.
get the room laughing, you go, oh, this is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
And then you bomb and you go, I fucking hate myself. And then they laugh.
Especially
again.
outside of that, when the rest of your life you're a giant loser.
Yeah.
You have 5 minutes once a week where you're like, yeah, maybe I'm cool.
So when I was hitchhiking, I lived on the ashram of a guru. And I might have talked about that with you guys. When I got there, I was really influenced by Eastern philosophy, the Beatles, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, all that Dharma bums, all that stuff. And I went and lived with this on the ashram of this Indian guru, and I was learning meditation and yoga. And one day, I was talking to the guru, and I could have sworn I smelled cigarettes on his breath. Now, he was an enlightened being, a celibate. He was like our conduit to God. And I went to one of the people on the ashram, who I'd eventually call the pod people. I went to one of the pods, and I said, I could have swore I smelled cigarettes on Swami's breath. That couldn't be possible, could it? And he goes, well, here's the thing with that. He has to have one vice to keep him tethered to this plane of reality. So he can teach us. And I went, oh, okay. And
I bet you he has 2 vices. I bet you there's another vice coming,
and
it's fucking all the women.
yes, that was the second one.
Yeah,
and
of course.
That's best case scenario.
Every single time. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, there could be a third.
And then the third one
Guys'
was
butts too.
embezzling money from his more affluent initiates.
Well, you got to be able to do it. It's the only way.
And I was thinking to myself, this guy must be very spiritually advanced if he has to do all that just to stay on this plane of reality so he can teach us.
It's happened to Bernie Madoff. He was just trying to stay down in this realm.
And then I got kicked out of there, and then I hitchhiked to New York, and where I stayed for a while, and then I hitchhiked around a little bit. I ended up in Arkansas with some hillbillies. I lived with some hillbillies, and they were, in Pulp Fiction, Zed and his buddy in the cellar.
Oh, no.
They kind of remind me of Zed and his buddy. And they liked me, though. I was a novelty, the Yankees. So I lived with them for a while, and I worked on a road crew. We were building a highway. We were getting paid $3.50 an hour, which was really hard work. And then they were kind of getting tired of me. And they had a lot of guns, and I didn't want to be a mound in the backyard. So I eventually hitchhiked around. And then I hitchhiked to L.A.
So did you meet them hitchhiking, or did you just kind of like wander into there? How do you kind of fall in with a bunch of hillbillies in Arkansas?
They pick you up hitchhiking.
Really?
Yeah. And that's the way it was back then. I mean, people would pick you up hitchhiking, and you could, sometimes they'd put you up for a night. Sometimes they'd put you up for, it all depended. I was a good guy to party with. I was fun. I'm not going to rip anybody off.
Yeah.
I didn't have any psychopathic inclinations. So people were pretty generous to me when I was hitchhiking around. And then I ultimately ended up in LA, where I tried stand-up comedy.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you were saying that.
And I would get loaded and then do the amateur night at the Comedy Store and at the Improv. And it wasn't, sometimes I was successful, sometimes I wasn't.
Yeah, that can happen.
But I thought it was tough because at that point in my life, I did not have the self-esteem to handle bombing. And I think it takes a certain amount of self-esteem to handle bombing or self-delusion or something.
I would say more delusion.
Yeah, delusion.
Not a lot of steam going on.
And maybe a lack of self-esteem,
Yeah.
like a complete zero self-esteem to just be like, yeah, I know. After you bomb, you go, yeah, of course, I suck.
Yeah, I get done and be like, those fools don't know anything.
Yeah, you can also hit that a lot, for sure.
No, it's always I suck.
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to get to the point where you felt pretty comfortable on stage?
I don't know.
At least, even just like pretty comfortable is like 14 years to where you're not like completely like, this sucks. I was just in Buffalo this weekend and I was pretty chill. I was back there like pretty confident. And I like thought back to, I think just like maybe 2 years ago, 3 max, when I did that place the first time. And I was like an absolute nervous wreck the entire week. I like remember it vividly. I had brought my wife and I had a baby at the time. And I remember just like, didn't talk to her the whole time. I was like completely out of my head with nerves. I'd be in the green room like, this is wrong. I shouldn't be here. Like completely harsh on myself.
Get that.
Yeah.
I get that all the time.
Yeah. But this was like, maybe, I don't know. I'd be like, I was just on edge completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that bad anymore. But I was like, man, I was kind of happy about it. I'm like, damn, I don't know. I've made some progress on some weird metric inside, but. Yeah,
Were
I remember.
you nervous when you did the Netflix show?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous. Yeah, that was a bad feeling to see like 30 something people there to like film it, and you go, oh fuck, I'm the subject of this thing. You go, this is a mistake.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Where'd you get that cut?
My friend.
Thing's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. She's Jamaican too, so it kind of makes it count a little
That's
more.
awesome. She's Jamaican?
Yeah, it's my wife's friend.
You guys are sharing gifts?
Yeah, it's my wife's friend. She gifted me this coffee mug.
Real bad man.
22.
Real bad man. She gave me the cup. It wasn't me.
And you've got this sitcom. Is it
One day.
easy
Maybe
to
one day.
interact with other actors?
Most of the people on the show are just our friends
Okay.
from Philly. Yeah, it's very easy. It's very low pressure.
Because some comics can make the leap to sitcoms and other ones can't.
We'll see if we can keep it going.
I
That'd
like
be
the
nice.
show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
As I said, it's
My dad loves it too. He's always
Really?
like, yeah. My dad, he's like, he watches it all the time.
Matt's in it. Matt's got 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been
What-
typecasted. I'm just a cop.
He's a cop.
People dude. I've been asked to do a cop too. I'm totally typecasted.
Really?
Just cops for
I mean,
me.
if you
dude.
get that crew cut, you're fully a fucking cop. You're fully a cop.
I've only had one other person ask.
You guys have become stars since I was first on the show, and I've just become old and grizzled. You know, it's
I'm getting pretty grizzled
You're
too.
dealing with some pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah, true. Need to hit
Take it
the
out.
road. Hit the road again.
it does. I mean, that reality is so dark. To tell you the truth, I don't really know how it. When I first came across it in Omaha, and I saw how many kids had been destroyed and how it had been covered up, I just said, these fuckers are going to have to kill me to stop me. This is just too evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Epstein came along, and I thought, because I wrote a pretty good book on the Omaha network,
Yeah.
but we couldn't get it. People just didn't want to believe that the government would be involved in something like that. And then Epstein came along, and then that kind of gave me a second wind. And because I spent 7 years on that first book, and I was doing podcasts where people are asking me about the Illuminati and shapeshifting reptilians and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And I'd worked so hard on this book, and nobody was buying it. And now people are buying it a lot. So because of Epstein. I mean, Epstein has given the book a resurgence.
Wait, so what would you say when you'd be on those programs? They'd be asking about like shape-shifting reptilians. Would you just be
I
like...
would say something pretty snarky, and then they would get upset with me, and then that'd kind of be the end of a congenial conversation.
That would kind of piss me off if I spent 4 years researching and writing a book. You know, like, what about interdimensional reptilian avatars?
Well, I was. There were these I guess Evangelical, they had a conspiracy show. I guess it was relatively big, and I'd never heard of them, but I talked to them like about a month before I was going to go on. I said, you guys should really read the book.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of apocrypha floating around on the internet about this. And then they called me up, and they were very happy, Evangelical. Hey, Nick, how you doing? And and I asked them, did you read the book? And they said, no, but we've been cruising the internet, and we know a lot. And then, like, one of the first questions the dude asked me was about the Illuminati, and then there was some other crazy questions. I said, man, you obviously have not read this book. And
wasn't there some evangelicals in Florida in the book? Or whatever, didn't they say they were like a church group? That van of
the Finders.
Yeah, the Finders.
Oh yeah,
well, that was just a weird cult.
Yeah.
And so the guy said, "Well, what politicians have been compromised?" And I said, "Well, it's really kind of impossible to explain to you the politicians that have been compromised unless you really understand the kind of power that was deployed to cover this up. There were 2 grand juries in Nebraska and 1 grand jury in D.C. that covered this up." So I can name names, but it wouldn't have any meaning without. And then he started going, "Who are the politicians? Who are the politicians?" And then, because I'd been a little snarky myself, so that was the end. And they were going to call me back and thank me for the interview, and they never did, man. I'm still waiting for that call. I think I hurt their feelings.
Yeah, what was the name of that? Wasn't it called like the Boys something? Or that was
Boys
the thing
Town
connected to the Franklin scandal and all that stuff?
Yeah, the pimps were getting kids from the Boys Town, which is probably the most iconic, famous orphanage in the world. I was just talking to one of those kids earlier today. This kid, man, he's been through hell. His mother was a schizophrenic, and he was put in multiple foster care homes, and where he was molested. And then he went to Boys Town when he was 12. And he was picked to be one of the kids that was flown around.
Jesus.
And this is actually in the book. He couldn't take it anymore because some of these pedophiles are very sadistic, like what happened to Virginia Giuffre with Ehud Barak. Some of these pedophiles are, and then after a weekend of very sadistic treatment, he went to they have houses and house parents in Boys Town, and he said, "I can't take it anymore. I can't take." And Boys Town put him on a plane to Atlanta the next day and deposited him in a psychiatric institution.
Dang.
Where he was there for a year. And some of the other victims that I talked to that were molested at Boys Town, the exact same thing. They've been put in psych. Now, it's entirely possible that going through something like that could really mess you up psychologically, but it's also a great way to say, if this kid comes forward and says, "I was molested," yeah, he's a head case. We don't worry about him.
Yeesh.
So, yeah, it's kind of it's been dark, but the thing is, I've been at it for so long. And with Epstein, I see light. I mean, I just think it would be, according to the Centers for Disease Control, 25% of underage girls and 5% of underage boys have been molested in our country. And people in the field think it's slightly conservative for girls and very conservative for boys. But if you just go with the CDC numbers, you got 50 million kids. Eesh. So I think that for us to put even a dent in that, it'd be good if the government didn't aid and abet child trafficking.
Yeah.
So I think that that's the first step in kind of cleaning up our society. We'll never get rid of it, but we can definitely take a first step by making sure that the government doesn't facilitate it anymore.
That is a fucked up statistic, man. When you get into how high that is, that's terrible.
I mean, if you could take one thing out of society, if you could take child molestation out of society, the prisons wouldn't be filled. The psychiatric hospitals wouldn't be filled. A lot of people in those types of institutions have been molesting these kids.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm really fortunate. There was emotional, verbal, and physical abuse, but I was never sexually abused. When I started hitchhiking around as a kid, though, I started hitchhiking not interstate, but just around Minneapolis when I was like 15 years old. And I'd get picked up by guys that would hit on me occasionally. And, I'd just say, stop the car.
Pull over. I got to pee.
Just sprint.
Damn.
So, and like I said, when I was 12, when I ran away the first time, I mean, I would have been susceptible to something like that. By the time I was 15, I was just too cynical and angry to be subjected to something like that.
For sure. Damn, that's fucking bullshit.
I gotta go back to, I think, was it in the Franklin scandal? Was Clarence Thomas at a party in DC?
Clarence is a perv.
All right.
Interesting. Interesting.
Hold on. But the point was, there's people you could get invited to these parties.
Yeah.
And now you're just on this fucking list.
But
and you're like, damn, I thought fucking Clarence Thomas was there. I thought this was above board. You know what I mean? Or like
Clarence isn't above board.
I don't know much about.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so Anita Hill, she said against Anita Hill. Now there were 7 women that were ready to testify against Thomas. And actually there was one that had been subpoenaed. Her name was Angela Wright. And she was going to back up Anita Hill. And then Biden lifted her subpoena. And Biden said that he lifted her subpoena because she asked for it to be lifted. And she said that that's not the case, that he was lying, that she wanted to testify. So Thomas had done this to a number of women. There was a book called Strange Justice. It was written by a former, I think, New York Times or New Yorker reporter named Jane Mayer. And there was also, Thomas was talking to Anita Hill about porn stars too. I don't know if you remember that, but he lived right around the corner from a video store. And that's where he spent most of his time, is in the adult section. So
what? How do you know that?
Because Jane Mayer.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That could happen to anybody. At least it was the fucking adult section.
True.
But you're not a Supreme Court justice. So.
True.
Yeah, and also, that was, God, that must have been crazy having to go in there. Just your regular Blockbuster, turn the corner, get the porn in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I remember poking my head behind the curtains as a boy and being like, one day it'll all be mine. No idea it'd be all on my phone. I was like, just let me in there, please.
He was head of the Equal Opportunity Commission at that point. So he was pretty much incognito. But Thomas.
Wait, so how'd you know he was always in the section, though?
What's that?
How'd you know he was?
Because she interviewed someone who owned that store.
Oh.
And said that.
Damn.
That he was always.
Yeah.
That's where his first stop was. Probably his only stop, I think.
That stinks, dude.
And that dude makes decisions that affect every American.
Yeah.
And his wife is crazy too. I mean, his wife is.
He's probably driving her nuts.
I think she might have been driven nuts before, but she called up Anita Hill, saying that Anita Hill should recant her accusations towards her husband, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of like Hillary.
Kind of like Hillary.
Yeah, Hillary made some calls, didn't she?
I think Hillary's probably made a lot of calls.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I had no idea. I always thought it was truly a thing concocted to like take the guy down.
I was raised on that too.
Yeah.
That Anita Hill was kind of a witch hunt type thing.
No, there were a bunch of women.
What about Kavanaugh? Do you have any insight into that? Do you think, because that's how it got framed to me? It was like they did it to Thomas, they did it to Kavanaugh.
So with Kavanaugh, I was on Twitter and some guy said, "Well, that woman lacks credibility," and I said, "Well, which woman?" Because there's been other women that have come out and talked about Kavanaugh. But it makes sense. I mean, people that are susceptible to being compromised, it can really enhance their career. And I think that, I mean, I see that all the time.
True.
Yeah.
Do you
That's
think
how me and Matt got big.
What's that?
That's how me and Matt got big.
Yeah.
Luckily, we only had to do stuff with each other. So.
Yeah, we just had to kiss in front of Clarence Thomas. We had to make out in front of the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I wonder too, just playing devil's advocate, do you ever think there's a way to weaponize kind of victims against political opponents? Because I always wonder about that too.
That's entirely impossible, but...
Because the same people weaponizing child sex, you don't think they can be like, let's just send a woman out there that says this happened?
Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible.
It looks like there's no, depth they won't go to.
It's rare though. He's a retired judge. His name is Patrick Schultz. He represented various Catholic dioceses in 500 sexual abuse cases.
Jeez.
And he was interviewed by the New York Times, and he felt like of the 500 cases that he'd litigated, that less than 10 were lying. So it's very rare. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
For sure.
But I mean, if you're going to come out and say such and such molested me, the amount of fire that's going to be pointed at you is really intense. So I can see why there's all kinds of victims that will never open their mouths. And that's the other thing with Epstein. If Epstein gets covered up, those 50 million Americans that have been molested as minors, I mean, they're going to think that they have no hope for justice at all.
Yeah.
That they've got no voice.
Yeah, I mean, my idea now with it is it's going to be like a political football they're going to kick around. Like they keep talking about the JFK papers. They're like, we're going to release the JFK papers, and it's like maybe they already released them. I haven't heard anything kind of new or groundbreaking come out of that. So, do you think they'll keep it as that kind of like a carrot on a stick sort of thing? Like, oh, I'll do it.
Wait, the thing with Trump is he makes a lot of promises, and I got to give it to him. He said that there would be transparency in the Epstein case, whereas his predecessors have completely covered it up and didn't mention it.
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, I think Trump thought that he could open up Pandora's box just slightly and then slam it shut. And that's just not the case with this. There's a lot of Americans, because the government shouldn't be covering up child sexual abuse, which is the same thing as aiding and abetting it. So the government, but we've got 89% of Americans that want full disclosure here. And, our government, the majority of our government wanted a single payer system when Obama did Obamacare. Mm-hmm. We didn't want all these HMOs that have become part of the Obama healthcare plan. And the government completely disregarded the will of the American people. The American people wanted us out of Iraq. Like 80% of Americans wanted us out of Iraq after a certain point, and our government didn't. I mean, a bunch of us, the majority want Gitmo shut down. The government doesn't care. I mean, the bank crisis. I mean, Americans didn't want to bail out a bunch of rich bankers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We did. So our government continually goes against the will. But this is a different thing. This is our children. And people don't think that my child isn't going to get molested, but I'm sure that many of the parents of victims molested by Epstein never thought that their child would get molested.
Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's like, I got a bad feeling about this kid.
For sure. Yeah, that's not on anyone's radar. It's true. I've been instructed, I don't think people do sleepovers anymore really like that. I've heard sleepovers are a thing in the past, man.
That sucks.
Yeah, well, it's just like, dude, I guess so many people now are, I guess now that this stuff's even talked about at all, people are comfortable enough.
I never even considered that. There were times I'd like go to sleep at my friend's house and my parents would be like, no.
Yeah.
Now, not that they would think that back then, but now I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck? You think I'm going to fucking diddle these kids?
Yeah, dude.
I'd be so offended if they're like, you can't sleep over there.
I know. But I think now it's like parents are just being like, let's just not, just because you just have no idea. So they're like, yeah, we're just kind of doing blanket policy. Like, dude, you guys can, I think they'll let you hang out till like 11 p.m. and they take you there and then they drop you back off in the morning so you can like kind of have a semi sleepover experience. You just don't know. It could be some weird uncle there. You know, it's like you'd have to really know the people.
I was visiting a friend of mine who lives outside Seattle, and her son was going out with this woman he met in high school. And the parents came over to meet my friend and the son, and vet them, which I thought was kind of somewhat responsible.
That's cool.
We live in a strange time. It's very different than, I'm like an antiquated relic, but it's life has changed a lot since I was a kid, and it's changed a lot since you guys have been kids too.
True that. Well, hopefully, man, good luck with that. Hopefully it works out and they get some kind of thing rolling.
Well, we started Epstein Justice, and it's a 501c3, and I think that we're growing. It's been a tough slog, but Epstein Justice is growing, and our plan, the way that it is now with Massey, they need a majority, as I said, a majority in the discharge position, then they need a majority in the House, and then they need a majority. Then John Thune has to give the thumbs up, and then it's voted on in the Senate, and then Trump has to sign it. And that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So what we're proposing is an independent congressional commission where we just need a majority in the House and a majority in the Senate. We don't need any, we don't need a sign off by the president. And we're growing. It's been a tough slog, but people are so alienated. They do not think that they can affect change in their system. And they've been conditioned that way. But at Epstein Justice, we're saying, join us. We can affect change. We can make something happen here. Because these crimes are just so horrific and they've been so blatantly covered up that I think people are ready for a change now. They know something is really wrong with their government, but I don't think they understand the depths of the depravity of many of our leaders.
Do you think the average person could even handle if they did like, all right, fine, open it completely? What do you think the real effect of that would be in terms of like the everyday citizen or anyone really just kind of like glimpsing into it and having to like put that all together? Think it would just like crush them?
Well, what would you guys say? Would you guys be relieved to say that the system is getting fleshed out?
Yeah, I'd be like, this is definitely good. But also, too, it's like, yeah, it's just tough because if it is people who are either politically super powerful or like, billionaire class, like they're not going to let that happen.
Well,
never.
But here's the thing. There's 320 million Americans. And how many of if like labor's rights, that was a slog.
Yeah.
Civil rights, that was a slog. Women's rights, that was a slog. Gay rights, that was a slog. This can be done.
True.
Children's rights can be done. We can do that if we decide to. If Americans decide to do this, we can do this. It's really up to us.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't want to be naysaying it. I'm just kind of just thinking it through. Yeah, that's a fair point. And no, you don't really think about the kids' rights are infringed upon at all, really. So yeah, it's a weird one because there's not like a government. Well, I guess there kind of technically is. They're saying, but well, good luck. I hope that works out. Really. I think it'd be good for people to know. Just like, all right, we gotta get to peek into this thing and maybe shift some things around big time.
EpsteinJustice.com.
There you go.
My brother.
EpsteinJustice.com.
My brother is an evangelical and is very susceptible to denial. And I saw him at Thanksgiving. And I said, that the government covered up Epstein's pedophile network.
Nice.
You know that, right?
I did the same thing at Thanksgiving.
Well, it's just one of those icebreakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right before pass me
fun.
the cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
And he said, I know. And I was stunned because there's a guy that doesn't think the government does anything wrong.
Yeah.
I think what really helped it was Trump covering it up.
Yeah.
Or putting it away, because now all the Democrats are like Epstein. So now everyone's kind of like, it was always like a MAGA thing to be like Epstein files.
Yeah.
And then when Trump was on the other side of it, of the left does whatever he doesn't want. So now everyone's kind of united in this, you know?
But I'm pretty sure that there are people on the left that are compromised too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's why it's been covered up under two.
For sure. I just mean the people that are paying attention.
Yeah, they're reigniting the passion. Yeah.
Because when I started tackling this issue, no one, I mean, I would pitch it to editors at magazines in New York City, and I could see the wheels going around. They would say, well, you know, this is really a horrible story. I need to help Nick Bryant. Or the cognitive dissonance would come in, and I can write Nick Bryant off as crazy, and I can have a nice dinner with my family tonight. I mean, that was, and, you know, I knew most of them would be spineless, but I didn't think all of them would be spineless. And, you know, I had some really good friends that were very high up in publishing. And one of them actually apologized to me, which I thought was really cool.
That's nice.
Years after the fact, but he said, you know, Nick, I could have been a better friend to you.
I get it though. If I'm editing like Good Housekeeping and I'm like 3 fall decorations you can't do without, you're like, yeah, I don't know if that would fit.
But getting the Franklin scandal published was tough too, because I gave a book proposal to my agent, good agent. And I was summarily banished from that agency pretty quickly.
Dang.
And then I gave it to another agent who's also a very good agent, and he couldn't get anybody to sell it, or to buy it. So we finally got a small publisher on the West Coast finally bought it. So
Nice.
and at that point I had so much evidence. I mean, I had a grand jury's worth of sealed testimony and exhibits. I mean, I was able to prove it because of all that grand jury stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's crazy. Well, dude,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Well, thanks for stopping by. We're just talking about the case race off air.
Yep.
And it made me feel bad, and I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, my skin crawls.
I'm telling you, I watched. I like saw like that in passing. I went, wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
Just the face paint and the whole thing. I'm like, that must have been fun. I didn't realize it was.
It
like
was
it was like
fun.
an apocalypse.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We called
For
it.
a
We talked
while.
the morning after, and we were like, "Oh, that was funny." Like,
Yeah, we were
I
like,
don't
"That was
remember."
crazy.
And then like it came out, and it's like defining of who I am as a person. It's like
Really?
oh, that's who I am. Like
Yeah.
people, like so many people are like, "You're fucking a terrible like drunk," or like you're this or that. It's just like, oh my god.
The Redditors took up the
The
arm.
Redditors, the YouTubers also
The
got in
YouTube
there.
wars are pretty
And the
nasty.
YouTube
Twitter
wars.
wars too. The Twitter
The
wars.
Twitters, the Barstool Twitters, the Stoolies.
Yes.
Dude, those little nasty fuckers, they hate me.
Yeah, and then
Those little fuckers.
and your guys Redditors.
Our Redditors are not afraid of conflict.
Yeah,
Our
they also
legions
hate
of
us.
Redditors, dude.
Our legions of Redditors are also very mean boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When harnessed, they do make me pleased.
yeah.
When fully
When the
mobilized.
Redditors are weaponized against my enemies, I love them.
It is like the flying monkeys in the Wizard of Oz.
They're
Dude.
the
You like
yeah.
just go get them.
Yeah, they're the dragons in Game of Thrones.
I know, and I don't.
They're the
even-
worst, but then they can turn on you.
Stop
They can
calling me gay and go get them.
Call somebody else gay for once. Yes, they're calling someone gay. Yes, do my bidding.
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
It was a bad decision that we do that.
I'm doing it again.
You want to?
I'm defending my crown. I'm gonna be a good drunk. I'm gonna have 16 beers again.
No, you think that because the first time we did it, I thought I was going to be a good drunk, and I was like, I'm gonna because people hated me the first time too. They hate everyone though, and I was like, I will learn from my woes. And I came back, and I
You
was.
did it twice.
Yeah, I did it.
They've done it twice.
We've done it
I'm
twice.
coming back. I'm defending my title, dude.
You're welcome to.
It was close, was it not?
Yeah, it came down the wire.
Until you hit the
I had
nos.
it. I knew.
You turned it. You hit the nos
I'm gonna wait till they get close. I'm gonna
And
say,
then
all
hit
right,
fucking-
here's game.
later.
3 brewskis.
He's like,
Next
"Bro,
thing I
I
know,
got this."
who would have thought 16 or 15 beers in an hour would do you in?
And so many like important things happen in the ensuing days for you. I feel like
It was terrible.
Yeah, then you went into the fucking.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Has anyone used performance enhancing like drugs?
Oh, those boys were on some
they're on
PEDs.
it. Yo, they're
You
on
think
them.
they were-
And
There
I
was
was.
Adderall. They were cheating, dude.
That's
Yeah.
cheating.
We were not. We
That's-
went in clean.
We were clean.
That's cheating.
We were like,
I
Judge.
think what's his name was clear. I think dude, he was so funny. Compton.
Oh,
Compton
yeah.
was the star.
Yeah, he is.
He's just the.
He was the only one that came
even
out with
him,
people
when he was
hating
a
him.
good bro. He's still fucking funny.
Yeah.
Him trying to shake the hand of the delivery guy came and dropped off pizza, and he was like, "I just want to shake his hand." And they're like, "Will, sit down." Will's pants were off, and he had sting face paint. He was like, "I'm just trying to shake his hand." Everyone's like, "Will, get back."
Just, yeah, like knee
there's-
braces
I
on.
forgot about the money. Oh, we started tipping the fucking guy.
I know,
Everyone's
'cause
like,
that was
"Here's
another thing
$100, dude. I'm so rich."
We did it on the first case race. We tipped the guy out.
The worst.
Yo, it was terrible. We did it the first time and it was triumphant, and then we tried to run it back and like tip the next guy, and he was like, he felt like he was being
I
like,
thought you guys were gonna fuck him.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it was like YouTube stars being like, "Look how fucking generous I am."
Oh,
It was so insulting.
filming their
yeah, but
Denny's
you're all
waitress.
hammered. That's the funniest thing. Is like, let me follow one of these guys around for a night of drinking with a camera and be like, "There it is, brother."
Yeah, all those dudes
there's
crying.
You. Yeah, there's you.
Yeah, these perfect drunks, dude. These,
You put some cameras on, paint your face, and drink 16 in an hour, and see if you don't fight a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, what's the pride to be had there with being like a like
a
a-
reasonable drunk.
yeah.
I don't know, and I think that was the entire point. But it wasn't fun drunk. It did get a little.
Well, even if there's
that's what happens when you get fucking hammered.
yeah.
People get in
Yeah.
fights. People get in fights and say things.
10
they don't
dudes?
wanna say.
Yeah.
It's
And
tried and true.
you throw the added pressure of cameras being on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you're
gonna-
racing?
You're gonna get nasty.
Oh yeah, and the
competitive.
racing, the
and the
competing.
competitiveness.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. It's
I'm doing it next time.
I don't know
if
why
you guys do it, and I'm allowed back in the
Well,
building.
you have the belt. It's like, I mean,
True.
technically we have the belt, but you
we
have
do
the
have
belt. You know what I mean?
You and I, that was funny when Will turned on you at the end.
Yeah, he
Will
did.
turned on him.
Did he?
And he was like, "You didn't drink any beers. You fucking did." It was like, Will, sit
How
down.
many did you drink?
Not as many. Not.
I think I had 15 or 16 of the 24.
Which means
is,
I had 8 or 9.
That's
Which
but
is
8 or
a
9
lot.
in an hour is,
But that's not.
dude, that's
decent amount
It is a lot of
beers,
beers.
dude.
Yeah, it
In
is
an
a lot
hour?
of beers.
in 1 hour. That's insane.
Yeah, that's a
But
lot.
compared to what you did, like I
Yeah,
didn't
but
like
I'm
pull my.
100 pounds more than you.
We didn't go 12 and 12.
Yeah.
12 and 12 would be the pure justice. Would you ever do one, Matt? Would you ever
I
binge
don't
like
think
that?
Matt would do
I
it.
can't drink beer, and
Yeah.
But
What about a 5
you
gram
would be
blindfold
extremely
race?
funny on that fucking
on a
thing.
case race.
Seeing
5
Matt
gram blindfold would be nice.
five, we should do a 5 gram blindfold race. see who has an ego death first.
I gotta call my dad.
Yeah,
Dude, it's terrible. It's
Yeah.
a deeply unsettling thing to do to yourself, because the problem with being drunk like that is, even if you were, it was like a 4-hour long broadcast, if you had 3 hours and 45 minutes of good vibes and you were fun and funny and a good drunk, and you had 15 minutes of like an outburst, like of lashing out, that's what you will be defined by, and that's what you will
True,
see
yeah.
yourself as, and that's what you'll have anxiety about as people like
yeah, but you're
comment.
drunk. That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but it
It's
was
not like-
also it was one of those where with the hangover anxiety and then reading comments like fucking that guy is a dickhead.
yeah.
You're like, man, I
forgot about
screwed
that.
the pooch on this one.
Yeah.
And they were right. I was being a cunt
Really?
on a lot
Nah,
of it.
not really.
I mean,
Not really. You were in an unwinnable situation.
yeah, they were a little nasty little
Yeah,
fuckers.
what I
The
saw,
Barstool
you-
boys were being little nasty boys
You were
towards me.
steadfast and
I was
fun. You were
trying
sitting
so
there. You were
hard.
so august. And the part I saw, you were just quiet with the face paint. I was like, wow.
Well, I couldn't believe it.
That's I came away. I went and commented. I was like, Shane looks all august as hell here, right? I was like, guys, look, Shane look all
Move the
august.
mic, just
That's all I saw. This is hilarious.
Because everyone's talking over each other.
You look like a dumb piece of shit right now.
There's no decorum conversationally. No one's sharing the fucking ball. Everybody's trying to ball hog it.
Sass got
Yeah.
fucking bodied early.
Yeah.
Bodied Sass
Did you?
right away.
Buddy, if you thought you were psychologically damaged, dude, he was
Yeah.
about to shave his head again, dude. He was going
Sass
through it.
man went through it.
Yeah,
he's
he-
opening for me this weekend in Buffalo.
Yeah, which is going to be awesome. He's taking it
Sass.
so serious,
That's great.
dude. He's so locked in.
That's
it means
great.
a lot to him. He's going to do great.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm excited
He's
to hang out
gonna
with
do
Sass,
great.
and I think Lemaire.
Oh,
We
that'll
got a
be
good
nice,
squad.
dude.
Me, Sass, and Lemaire.
How did you pick Sass? How'd you know it was Sass's time? What did you see out
the
of him?
bros were out. I think I was out of bros.
Oh, there you go.
Okaman and Guard Dog were on the road. I think the Bees is doing something.
So you went to the bullpen. You're like, let's get the
I'm
fucking,
like,
let's get the
Let's
kid.
get the Sass man a chance.
Let's see what he
man.
has. See how he can throw.
Yeah.
Can he throw any heat?
And then rumor has it some NFL players are going to come to the game.
Oh
Or
yeah.
come to the show. And
Oh,
then we're
yeah?
going to go to the game.
That's
Then we're going to go to the Steelers Bills.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's gonna be incredible.
Yeah, that'd be really
Are you
fun.
going through a lot of football games this year?
Yeah.
That's sick. That is the best thing.
Yeah,
too.
I go to a lot of football games.
It's gonna. I tipped a delivery guy 100.
I gave him $100. I'm so fucking rich. I love
So
going to
generous.
football games.
You guys should be like this.
I'm
What's-
friends with so many athletes now.
I was curious. I
hate myself, dude.
what's the feeling? Of
Redditors, if you think you hate me, you got nothing.
You have no
idea.
idea.
I'm thinking about
True.
suicide, dude.
and it'd be all
So
your
be kind.
fault.
And it would be the comments' fault.
Yeah,
Because
that's
without
why.
the internet, I'm pretty happy.
And if you killed yourself, then they'd have to turn around and look at their own lives.
They'd have to go back and read their own comments
Yeah.
and say, did I drive him to this?
Don't push him, dude. He'll do it.
If you guys keep talking like this, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
They're gonna have to dive in the grave after you. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to get buried with your redditors like Tutankhamun.
True.
You have to throw them into the fucking funeral pyre.
Like a sati.
Yeah.
Like a whole fucking village under there. Dude, some of those guys brought no lie, like 95 people with
Yeah,
them.
they'd bring the boys down.
That's fucking
They would bring their Redditors down,
all their wives.
fill that chamber with farts, dude.
Their wives, their redditors.
The Redditors and their fucking babes.
And their
dude.
cats.
Tons of cats. I am very Pharaoh-esque.
Yeah, dude.
You
Now that I
are.
think about it.
Big
Yeah,
time.
dude.
You're
Love
in the house.
cats.
Fucking horse energy, dude.
Yes, thank you, Matthew.
It's fucking nasty.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
Matt.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Dude, just come for the case race if we do
That
another
would
one.
be so fun.
Come and be the
Please
control
be-
case.
Please coach me.
That'd be so fun.
Please be my
Be
fucking,
in his ear
be
like
my
the
corner. Be
crank
like, dude,
anchors.
chill, chill,
I would
chill.
do it. I would do it. That'd be so fun.
Be like
Fucking
a,
practical
I'll be like a
jokers.
strength coach with the D.
I was
When the
gonna-
D
I was gonna-
coordinator runs on the field, he'll be grabbing my waist.
Get him
like,
back, get him
back,
back.
get
I'll
back,
just
get back.
get, yeah, I'll just get stoned as fuck. And
You'll be the
fucking-
get back coach.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
Hold up.
fucking nice.
Dude,
Call
'cause
him a bitch. You fucking bitch. Who? Which one? Just point them out, dude. I'll do it. I hope Will's on it again.
yeah, Will's a legend, dude. But I mean, he might be in the league, dude. I mean, you never
That was
know.
nasty of me. I was like, dude, give up your dreams. I was like, you're here with us, you fucking loser.
Yeah, we're bringing him down into the pit, dude. We're bringing him into
Man,
the
what a
pit of
fucking
despair.
hero's journey, dude.
Of Compton?
Yeah.
He's a true hero.
Truly. Into the underworld of comedy podcasting. Dude.
He left the NFL, got sucked into fucking.
Descended into Hades.
bullshit.
Dude.
And he's clawing out, and he's getting back
And he's
towards the
clawing.
NFL. Like by the time this comes out, he might be in the league, dude.
That's what's up.
Might be doling out concussions.
No, as you should.
That'd be awesome.
Dude,
If
I
he
did,
gets
I hope
CTE
the
and it
Falcons
ruins
play
him.
to it, and I hope Compton drills to it on his day back. Finish it.
That would be so
did he
sick.
fuck his head up really bad?
Yeah. He got
Really?
hit with the fucking.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Yikes.
truly bad.
He's playing again?
I don't know.
No, not
The-
for at least a
Why
month.
don't they give the
probably.
dudes with concussions like bigger helmets?
The big helmets?
Like big
They
bobbleheads.
should. They did during preseason. They're making them
Did they
dress
really?
like dumbasses.
Did
Dude.
they really?
Yeah,
Just big, have like a big inflatable thing around their head.
they had that. in
And the football
preseason.
guys were goofing on him.
And Kelsey was making fun of it.
They're like,
Well,
this fucking
He put
silly
on
shit.
bubble wrap on his helmet. Was like, I'm not a pussy, dude.
Yeah,
Dude
that's what it
died,
comes
and they were
down
all
to.
like,
Wait, he died?
no, he got
Okay.
close to death.
Praying man. Yeah, he was all.
I don't know what he was doing. He tried to like spin out and he dove
he got-
backwards and he landed straight on the back of his head. But he got concussed severely the week before. That's what the liberal journos are upset about.
Really?
And then the camera people were like fucking right here on it.
Oh, they zoomed
he
in on
was
him
like-
hitting the fucking.
They were going back to
I
the
don't,
shot.
my
of him.
thing is, I don't think enough people in the NFL die. That's why I don't watch. It's not exciting at all to me. Too many pads. But the old, I let go with the old leather helmets. I was like, dude, I'm not watching this.
Yeah. Once they started wearing helmets, it was like these guys are fucking.
I got
cowards.
caught up in a slight sports talk. I was at the Sky Zone, and the dude hit me with
Wait,
the old.
the trampoline place?
Yeah, I
That's
was
sick.
there for so fucking tight.
Guys
Me
talking
and-
slam ball.
No, I want to play Sky Zone dodgeball so bad, but
I would definitely blow an ACL on one of
Yeah,
those.
You think
I
so?
popped the shoulder out of the Sky
I'd be
Zone once.
so.
did you?
Yeah, it was
Dude,
bad.
I fucking hit it. I hit the vertical or the horizontal wall, jump, and then I'll just go full into it. And I actually almost fucked up myself up. Actually, you know, thinking about all that one. But dude, he came. It was my turn. Brittany's jumping. I'm sitting with this dude she was talking to, and he was like, he started talking about like, he started hitting me with a setup. He's like, yeah, bro, you know, fucking kid goes down 1 o'clock, dude. So then I get, I'm watching the Eagles 1-3. He passed the baton to me, and I had to be like,
You gotta go. Oh, the Birds, they're looking good this year.
I know.
Did you hit
I
him with
know.
that?
No, I just went nice.
Damn.
I've never been.
Dude, he's a dad trying to
I
talk
know,
sports
I know.
with one guy.
I know, dude, but I always think
He's at Sky Zone. He's like, how can I talk birds? Yes, there's that.
I
guy.
know,
There's one.
but I always ask.
He sees you jumping on a trampoline. It's like, man, this guy might know sports.
He's coming. No, I always wonder, like, what I wanted to ask him was like, what's the emotion that you feel when you turn the birds on? Is it just like, is it like a bubble of seclusion, or like what's the?
Yeah, it's just nice.
Is it? That's what I was trying to
It's
figure
so
out.
nice to just sit down and be like, this is what I'm doing for 3 hours.
And that's it.
Nothing matters.
It's like sitting down
it's
to a really
birds.
nice, exciting meal. Like you're to contextualize
out
it's
to
like
dinner,
you're
drinking
really
wine with
excited about
everyone,
this.
That's what it is. It's just like
You like worked out maybe that day, and you're like, I deserve this meal, type of thing, and you're like, I'm gonna sit down and
Gotcha.
fucking
Yeah.
feast on
that's
this.
why my response was fucking lacking, because in my head I went like, what do you get out of that?
The fly got bigger, dude.
Yeah, that fly and faster.
No way.
I didn't get it.
Matt got the last one.
Yeah,
During the
snatched it.
break, Matt squeezed. Did he give it the anaconda square?
But yeah, I was wondering that. I'm like, dude, what is the feel? I would just get crippling anxiety if I sat down for 3 hours. I would start going like, wait, what's this guy? I would just be like, I'm getting up.
It was probably like when you went to go see Ichabod Crane. It was probably like that anticipation of it.
True, I was pumped on that.
I
And the
would
fucking
actually.
AV guy fucked up.
Ichabod Crane would be nice.
It was tight.
I'd be excited to see a spooky play.
That was spooky,
I
dude.
don't want to see like fucking. I don't know. I can't name a play, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this was way spookier than I thought.
Macbeth.
Macbeth might be tight.
That might be a little
Macbeth.
spooky.
Macbeth might be tight. I think that's spooky. There's witches in that.
I would say
Isn't
so.
that witches?
yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
think
I'm not
so.
trying to knock down the sports talk. That was a
What's
question
the
ahead.
Pacific? South Pacific? Isn't that a play?
Is
Never
it?
heard of
I
that.
think it is.
Is
yeah.
it spooky though?
No, I'm saying
That's like an Elvis
like
type
the
play.
King and I, shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Horny
King
shit.
and I.
I'm not what guys and dolls. Maybe I do know some plays.
I think you're right,
The Glass Menagerie.
Is that a play?
dude.
Cats. Phantom of the Opera.
That Phantom of the
Lion
Opera would
King.
be spooky.
Bro, you're a playhead.
I am a bit of a
King Lear?
playhead.
You do like
King
plays.
Lear.
Isn't
I
that
think
one?
he's a character in
King Lear, Macbeth.
something like that.
No, I
don't
think
know.
Lear had his own thing. I
Oh,
think
really?
he had his whole own
Spin-off?
I don't know shit
whole
about
own book.
Shakespeare.
I don't
Shakespeare can
know.
get a knuckle
Motherfucking
sandwich,
thing.
even though Macbeth is.
type.
No, I'm always thinking Beowulf. That's not
Beowulf
Shakespeare.
fucking rules, dude.
Yeah, Beowulf's tight.
That's a
Yeah.
story. That's a good ass story.
I just like the title. If I'm going to be honest,
Yeah,
I think the title fucking rules.
But they tried to make it into a movie.
they
and
made
I
a
don't-
CGI movie a long time ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie's fat ass
CGI.
titties, dude. Saw that. I saw a little bit of Mr. and Mrs. Smith the other day.
That's pretty tight.
What is that movie about?
It's just two hot people.
Yeah, I
Fighting.
only saw the very beginning. It was just, I'm like, dude, this is uncomfortable.
Oh, I think they were both secret agents
Oh,
Secretly.
that's what it was.
living together, like fake married couple.
That's what it was.
And then they're like, we have to kill each other, and they're both hot.
Oh, no, yeah. Were they married during that time?
I think so. That must have been a fun movie.
You think?
Do stunts with your wife that you don't like. Throw her into a mirror.
I think he was like he cheated his way into her or something though. I think he was with someone else and wound up cheating with Jolie. I don't know if it was on
Really?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but I think he kind of stumbled into it. I think maybe he was with Aniston and then cheated his way into Jolie,
Ooh.
which is a
Yes,
crazy.
I think so too. I think there's some rap lyrics about this.
probably
Yeezy had
that's
one.
probably how I
Really?
know it, dude.
It's in there somewhere. I know it.
Access
Bust
it.
it out.
You think when Aniston was remember on Friends when they were nipply on Friends?
Yeah.
Aniston and them. You think they were faking it?
Faking the nipple? Oh.
Like before you get to go into the doctors, like fluff your dick. You
Yeah,
think they're
or not
fluffing
even
the nips.
not even fluffing. I think that they had an apparatus on their body that was falsely creating nipple.
Were they nippling through bra too?
That's what I think was.
That's-
That's what I mean. It cannot be.
They might have taken the pad out of the bra. So if you take the pad out of
maybe.
that thing,
Maybe.
dude,
That's pretty cool. So it keeps them up, but you can still see the nipples.
get some nipples going. 'Cause they might have had a note. Someone might be like, "Yo, that." People
all right.
responded pretty well to your guys'.
That's what I mean.
Nipples.
And they, for years, just like nippled
Your
at all
nipples are
times.
testing very well.
I think Matthew Perry might have been actually backstage just fucking
Tweaking. Tweaking. the
pill. He
thing.
was all fucked up on pills.
Was Perry?
Yeah, Perry
That's
was all
sad.
fucked up on pills.
Did Rainey's book come out yet?
Not yet. No. Oh, I think no, it did. It did. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, Rainey put out a book of. Is it just all his Facebook?
It's 400 Facebook
Genius.
posts. It's such a
Our
good
buddy
fucking
Rainey.
read.
Oh,
Mike
I've
Rainey.
seen his on perks.
On Perks. I think he put a book together of a compilation of all his On Perks Facebook statuses.
Dude.
it's gonna be so good.
He was talking about. I was
You
watching.
just get on Perks and get on Facebook and be like, I'm able to do it. The family at Disney World. This is the fucking most fun I've ever had. It's the craziest shit.
There was an
Then
era-
the next one be like, I just got pussy from my slut wife in front of Goofy, that fucking faggot.
There was an era where he kept putting up, if anyone needs help, let me know. I have access to a truck. He was telling on Dad meeting. He's like, I actually didn't have access to a truck at the time. I was lying about having access to a truck, saying I could help.
Dude,
people.
he loved it. He'd be like, I love my life so much right now. Please let me give you my blessings. I'll help you.
Did he actually
he
love
would
it?
never do anyone a favor.
Yeah, dude. Threatening a favor is as good as doing a favor.
For
Dude.
real,
'Cause you
getting
get
on the
that good
internet and
guy.
being like, guys, just so you know, I'm here to help anybody.
It
You're
was
just-
it was so fucking
he's just in his room.
It's like when someone dies, when you're like, if you need anything, let me know. Like, do not hesitate if you
Yeah.
need anything. It's like, dude, they don't fucking need anything from you.
Need casserole. They're
Yeah,
fucking,
what?
Their dad died. Send him some green bean
Yeah,
casserole.
what?
He truly does have some of the funniest stories ever, and he doesn't think anything of them.
Is it a coffee table book? What kind of book?
I think it's just
It's
a
a coffee table book.
they lay it out.
That's
He had a
kinda
book
sweet.
before called Terrible Advice that was really, really funny.
Yeah,
I think he might have been on Perks when he wrote that one.
very possibly.
He's an artist.
Dude, I forget, he was telling me the one time about when he was at the New Jersey Devils game. He was like, yeah, the one time, and he'd also be like, the one time I did too much coke and had a panic attack at the laser light show at the New Jersey Devils game. My mom had to pick me up. And it's like, dude, you've been doing puns for the last hour and a half.
Yeah,
All of a
break
sudden,
that
you break out the funniest story possible. I got good tickets, and I was like, my friends were up higher. I kept looking at them like losers. And I had a panic attack. At the
She had to come to North Jersey.
See the lasers like,
She had to drive up to North Jersey and get them
dude, lasers on cocaine inducing it just.
at the Jersey Devils.
She's like, what the f?
Mom, you gotta come get
The
me.
Devils hockey, which is the dumbest,
Sweating.
it's the most boring shit of all time, dude. Just stingy defense, Chelios.
Dude screaming, shoot,
Yeah, shoot.
shoot.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for to see that. Dude, it's 400 of them.
Damn.
Four-
I hope he
470.
includes arguments with people
I hope
because
so.
he was battling, dude. He would get in a battle.
I know.
I remember the rain train back then. He would battle, dude.
You'd see him
He'd
on
hit some
Facebook?
racism. He would hit some wild shit, dude. He was perked out, just be like, they better clean up their acts.
It was so.
People run their mouth on perks, dude. They
Yeah,
love to
yeah.
you
just
should do
be
a
like,
perk case, right?
You get angry too. Apparently,
Take perks.
you get angry
First
when
one to
you're on them
finish at
too.
80.
Really?
Yeah, when you're on perks, you get angry. You get really mad.
Damn.
Yeah,
You get really mad?
that's a side effect. If you're taking a lot of perks, you get like pissed
While
off.
you're in it, or as like
Just
a
like
come down.
yeah, I think that's the whole thing. While you're on, if you're on perks a lot, you
Dude,
start
that
getting
is
angry.
that sucks.
that's the worst drug possible.
Yeah,
Like weed, I get scared.
yeah,
Totally.
And that's not a great experience, but I get it. I like horror
Yeah.
movies.
yeah.
There's a thrill.
Bud Light is basically, I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy every day.
Yeah, it's
Every
Marvel.
day. I'm like, dude, Guardians again. Weed is a scary movie, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit frightening. Yeah, perks just sound like an intense ass drama. It's like Marriage Story.
Drama is
It's a
drama.
soap
dude.
opera where you're just like,
Just
what did
fighting.
you say?
People are just brawling out.
I'm
but-
getting on Facebook.
Yeah, you're counting the fucking. You got 3 left, dude. Your boy's not hitting you up. You're like, fuck.
I need to get on
You're
Facebook.
constantly getting ripped off for like $30 by all your friends. Like, yo, dude, I'll definitely get you that $30. I just need like 10.
I get paid on
I
Friday.
need 10 of these 512s,
Please,
dude.
den of
I can't
thieves.
sleep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough.
pill culture's
Just bros ripping bros off.
How does he know
Just to feel sleepy.
nonstop.
To feel good.
to go to sleep standing up? Just to bend over. But how does he know he was on perks for all those times? Like,
I think it was
it was just on perk every day.
pretty on perks.
Yeah, yeah. They got
Damn.
description.
And you
the
saw
perks
through the
good.
other side? That's
And you
legendary.
can see the
You
you can
do.
see the timestamps on those
Oh, yeah.
Facebooks.
4:05 a.m.
That was a big one, dude. You hit people with generics. You're like, the generic ones don't hit me as hard. Perkheads were, dude, the toughest dudes in the world.
They're like, you got to slide the time release off the Oxy 80s.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
They truly be like, yo, these ones fuck you up more, dude. These ones are bullshit. It's like, all right.
It is crazy. But he never went down to K&A or anything like that?
I don't think.
I don't think he's.
I don't think he reached those depths.
I think that's...
I was just talking about that on yesterday. The K&A is the... I can't stop talking about it.
It's, dude.
Ever since I've seen it, it's like...
There's a TikTok of like... There's like Faces of Kensington type of
God
vibe.
damn it.
Yeah, dude. I knew someone who like would pretend to go to rehab. I knew someone who would pretend to go to rehab, like, yo, peace out, I'm going to rehab, and it was just sleeping in a crack house in K&A for like 3 months.
Damn.
Dude, it's crazy to live up there. Or just chill up there.
It's crazy to drive through it.
I told
Can you imagine fucking standing out there?
There's so many people. It's just crazy how
so many.
densely populated it is. It's like a city center.
Dude,
It is.
my bro passed out up in K&A and woke up and his car was being attacked by Puerto Ricans. He was like, oh, fuck, it had to fucking peel out. He was just getting attacked.
Dude, I know a dude who's a musician.
Poppy attacked him, dude.
All the poppies or one poppy?
There was a couple poppies.
Several poppies.
Yeah, it was a fucking squad of poppies.
Jeez, those poppies were out,
Those
dude.
poppies are coming. I mean,
Holy shit. Waking up to poppies?
dude, a full poppy assault? It was Poppy Invader, dude.
Coming out of sleep, dude? That must have been so scary.
It was Poppy
I mean,
Invader.
that's the scariest thing possible.
It's
Waking
crazy.
up in a car with people like...
Attacking
Poppy.
you? Did they get hands on him or they were just
I think he said
banging the
hitting his
windows?
car with bats.
Jesus
He
Christ.
said
They
he
got a nice cut, too.
Oh, yeah, what? They're
Yeah.
born
yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
Poppies,
dude.
they're
They've been
born
swinging
for
it
it.
for a while.
he woke up in the West Side Story, dude. Sharks are coming for him.
I know a dude who was a musician and he fell asleep around K&A and he woke up getting a hand job, dude.
Whoa.
He woke up getting jerked off,
Hey,
dude. By a poppy.
Ooh.
Oh.
By a poppy.
By
Yeah.
a pop... Senorita or a poppy?
Senorito, a fella.
Ooh, dang it.
They'll get you up
A
there.
senor. A senor was beating.
Senor, no. Senor, no. Por favor, no me gusta, senor.
He came to getting like a fucking epic hand job from Pop.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was probably like his heroin dick was getting jerked off. It was probably like a nub. It was probably a ghost of a penis. Probably wasn't that flashy. Or it was like taking
Damn.
forever. He just couldn't come.
That's crazy. It's usually like, was he paying for that? Was he being
Damn,
paid?
that's great. That's like how bums would just come up and start washing your windshield and be like, you owe me fucking $10. Just jerking off sleepy guys. You're like, well, I did do that for you. So just standing there after.
Puppy sits still.
Puppy, don't worry. Puppy.
Yeah, dude.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yeah, so,
I got this.
You're gonna
Relax.
feel good, man. You're gonna feel good, man.
Puppy is so beautiful.
Put his hair on his ear while you jerk him off. You're so handsome. Go back to
Bonito,
sleep.
papi.
Damn, he
Guapo.
wandered and found the short penguins from Happy Feet. Dude, Robin Williams got away with murder on that movie. Poppy voice, black preacher voice. He did
He's
five,
so good
and
at the
he's
voices.
so dude. He fucking
He did
killed
it
it.
in fucking Aladdin too.
I
He was
know.
breaking all those voices.
Killed
out.
it. Will Smith and Aladdin, dude.
Was he nice? I didn't see the new Aladdin.
Dude,
I didn't check out the new Aladdin.
big shoes to fill. I only saw the first 10 minutes and stopped watching because it was so bad. But it's hey, I'm ticklish right there.
Get his ass.
I'm ticklish on the bottom.
Poppy, don't
Poppy,
worry.
Poppy,
Don't worry,
You like this?
Puppy, don't worry.
Poppy. Excuse a finger in your butt. It's no work. I'll put a finger in your butt.
Smith-
You didn't like Will Smith, and you're a big Will Smith guy though.
I was.
Did you turn on him a little after the slap?
No, I didn't turn on, dude. If you remember, I read the book
read
and
his
said,
book, yeah.
"Watch out, this guy's a
He's
loose
ticking
cannon."
time bomb.
I fascinating guy, and I do wish him the
Yeah.
best. But I was like, this dude's a loose cannon. I was like hoping for his big comeback. I am rooting for
He
him.
did win that night. He
that
won
movie?
fucking Best Actor.
That
10
was
minutes
for
later.
Was that for King Richard?
Yeah,
Yeah, he won.
and he was
great in
phenomenal
it.
in that.
I don't
he was
wish him ill
phenomenal.
will. He wants
I
to be
mean,
a
he was
river
a
to
truly
people.
unhinged man.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
He was probably method and unhinged.
Yeah, he was
And
actually
like, I
just
need to whip
unhinged.
Well,
ass.
he went like super effeminate for the genie, and I was like, the fuck. It's like, Poppy, man, Poppy. What,
Poppy,
are, you, what are
no,
you doing to
no,
me,
no.
Poppy?
No me gusta.
Yeah, he went like kind of like gay for the genie.
Masculino.
It was like someone was like, "Yo, be a gay guy." He like had like gay voice for the genie.
Genies are
like,
definitely gay.
Genie?
He was right about the genie.
Was Robin Williams
What's the
genie?
word for him?
Was he black or was he? I know he was
He
blue,
did black occasionally.
but it was like
he
a
was
black.
like a million voices.
Yeah, it was like a black voice.
Dude,
I
he
think
does-
he did Black Preacher in Aladdin.
Dude, his black preacher voices. He does it in Happy Feet, and it's the funniest fucking thing. Come on, he does, and it's so good.
The Redditors got to him too.
Yeah, the Redditors did get to him.
Did he take them with him? Did he bring the Redditors?
I bet he brought some Redditors with him.
He got like physical letters. He probably got like weird letters.
Yeah, it was just like, dude,
you actually wasn't that good. Actually, genies aren't that big.
Actually, Mrs. Doubtfire wasn't believable.
dang gummit.
It was super believable. Talk about Project Veritas though.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
Guys are
forget.
spilling the beans.
well, they got a guy who was this teacher got busted from libs of TikTok. So he came on. He was a teacher at a grade school, and he came on.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey guys, I want to let you know if your parents don't accept you for who you are, I'm your new parents.
I saw that.
Fuck them."
I saw that guy.
So that guy was a teacher. That got out. He got
Actually,
fired.
I've seen 30 teachers do that, so maybe I'm wrong.
Well, this guy, yeah, I could be like, well, he had like a blue hair. Yeah, it's like, yeah. So he did that. He got fired from his one job, and he got back into a new school. And fucking O'Keefe sent his operator, got like one of his secret operators, dude. It was so fucking funny. Dude, go figure to go
Yeah.
get him.
He honeypotted a fucking elementary teacher.
A lib of TikTok, dude. And he went down there.
He
and
crushed the lid.
Dude, he kept being like, "Oh, dude, that's so. Oh, dude, you're fighting the good." And he's like, "Yeah, actually, I've been broadcasting a little too hard, dude. I got to chill out." And he's like, "I just want to smash the whole system." This guy just sucks. That's all it is. This guy just truly fucking
I would
sucks.
get destroyed by Project Veritas. dude.
Behind
If somebody
closed
was
doors.
like, yo, if I was at a bar and a dude came up with a fucking secret mic and was like, dude, fuck SNL. I'd be like, yeah, everyone on there fucking sucks, dude. Like a fucking, Baywatch, dude. Like, yeah, everyone on there is gay. I'm the best.
Wait,
I would get destroyed. Hasselhoff laying in the shower.
He just, it was that for this guy was just him being like, "I'm a fucking anarchist."
Couple martinis.
This guy would be
hit
like,
a
"Oh,
fucking-
cool, bro." It's like, obviously, this guy had to be a hunk. Was like, "Oh yeah, bro, me too." And he's like,
so he got honeypotted by a
It was like
dude.
it was like a gay like science teacher. Yeah,
Yeah, and they just sent
Honeypotted.
in a hot dude.
Those
Yeah,
teachers
dude.
Libs of TikTok does a good job of fucking ruining my day
Oh, dude,
nonstop.
You get
There's some
furious.
fucking fat lady that's like, actually, I'm like pointing
And
on
she
the-
points with her
it's like
fangs.
BLM, fucking all this shit.
Yeah,
they
they
got a
got him.
trans flag in every classroom. I'm saying, what the hell? What happened to just learning arithmetic?
You know,
Yeah, well, it's so funny because they take these guys who are like kind of trans gay guys, and they're like, "What do you think about Christianity?" They're like, "I hate it," and Keith's like, "Bam,
Done.
got him, dude."
Oh, you're fired.
You're
Case
fucking
dipshit.
fired.
There goes that 35K you were making.
you have to
Fucking
get a
freak.
better job.
He's like, and I got into
These are
this
my
school.
Christian values. I secretly record people.
Crushed him, dude. Yeah, people are trying to say that he's kneecapping undercover journalism.
I hate journalists. Other than that one dude.
Yeah, that guy rules.
Shout out to K. Let's go.
The fair
Yeah,
shake
that
guy.
does rule.
Somebody
He's a
finally
fair
gave me a
shake?
fair shake.
Yeah.
Someone has to
Fair shake.
undercover O'Keefe. That's the thing. Stop whining, dude.
He must be so paranoid.
Stop whining.
He must
Oh
be
my
so
God,
paranoid.
dude.
Every friend, he must be like, you take your shirt off. Are you wearing a wire, you motherfucker? It's like, dude, it's just hanging out. Yeah, I would get absolutely. I can't even imagine.
Was it a legit gay dude that got him, or was he acting as a gay dude for Veritas? Was
I mean,
he
if
just
you're
a very good
acting,
actor?
if you're acting as a gay dude for Veritas, you are gay.
Yeah,
That is
you
gay.
are.
I don't know. I don't know.
No
I guess-
offense, Veritas, don't get me, dude.
dude. Be careful. They'll
Leave
get
me
you.
alone.
They got 007 right here.
Yeah,
dude.
what if I'm Veritasing you right now? You've been being Veritas.
They are my favorite things easily to watch on you. I can't stop watching them
Yeah, I mean, you describing it as dudes spilling the beans over a couple drinks is
every time, dude. And
It's
it's
about as funny
they
as it
hit
gets.
you with the babe. You're across from the babe, and they're just like, "That's so cool, that thing you do," and you're like, "Yeah, let me tell you about
it's
it."
awesome.
There was dudes from Pfizer, dude. I mean, I've talked about it before, but it just
What
it's-
did they do? They're just like,
just being like,
Yeah, we
yeah,
ripped
they don't
those
really know what this thing does. Just being like, I shouldn't say this, but the science is pretty sketchy.
Is it always first date, or are they ever?
They build a report. They build a kind
so
of
they
report.
fucked him.
I don't think they fucked him. I think they just built. I think you could string a dude on. You could string a vice principal on
a hot
Yeah.
lady.
for like 5 days and get him.
But you don't think anyone from Veritas ever crossed that line and actually got dipped their pen?
I don't know. I think they have a for real disdain for these people.
Really?
They're trying to destroy their lives.
Yeah.
I think they seek. That's disgusting to do. Even though you're exposing God's truth.
They did get that one principal being like, we fire Christians,
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
and it was like,
Yeah, how else is it ever going to be? How is the truth going to get out there without this?
that's what I'm saying. It's a
We
dirty.
do need
It's
to.
a
I think
dirty
it's a
job.
good thing for this country to start secretly recording each other.
I mean, it's the end of the. This is where it's all headed to.
Trick each other into. Bring a hot lady around so you're feeling extra cocky. You'll say anything.
They'll figure it out.
You could bring a hot lady to a bar and she could be like, "I'm a Nazi." I'd be like, "Well,
You do it to regular.
they get a
dudes.
bad rap." Like, it would be so easy.
Exactly.
So am I.
You could get me to say
True.
anything.
Low key, I am too.
I mean, you can just get every like third dude to be like, "I'll fully cheat on my wife."
It'd be
like,
so
"Ah, shit,
fucking easy. Get a hot
fuck."
chick, go to a bar, be like, "You know what turns me on? When guys say the N word."
Oh, dude.
Just say it. It's just us. You can edit yourself out saying it. Just be like, just say it once. What the hell? What are you, a pussy?
Yeah.
Just have a dude just saying it.
It's a dude in a flannel just fucking.
Fine, I'll say it. I'm a principal at this high school. N-word.
when do they figure out that they got? Like, is it immediate? And like the
he
SWAT
confront-
team kicks in the
that's
door?
the funny. He kind of Chris Hansons them. He'll catch him at they'll be like eating at a restaurant and he'll come in and be like, "Hi, I'm James O'Keefe from Project Veritas." They're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, you're seriously kicking me out here right now. You're kicking me out." They're like, "Yeah, dude, you can't ambush
You can't
our
camera ambush
while-"
customers.
They're paying customers.
Okay, so are you calling the cops on me? It's the fucking funniest
And
shit.
that's not a flattering camera angle. You're sitting there about to eat a sandwich and a guy comes in like, "Are you this motherfucker?" You're like,
He busts the video up and you're just going, "Oh, fucking Christ, my fucking life is ruined. My fucking life, this fucking asshole."
I spilled the beans.
The beans.
Fuck, I knew I spilled the beans the other night.
Should have kept the beans.
Too many martinis.
It
I
was
spilled
that
the
girl.
goddamn beans.
It was that smoking hot Nazi girl.
Nazi girl film me.
It's truly the best. The confrontations, like, I don't want to talk right now.
Oh.
You don't want to talk right now. Just answer the question.
When the babe logs off, as soon as she gets what she needs, like she hears you saying something dumb and she's just like, "Okay, I'm leaving." You're like, "Oh, fuck, did I just spill them?" That's the crab swirl of all swirls. I'm just like, "Oh, fuck."
Oh, fuck. What
Yeah,
did I
dude.
say about school? Dude, there's the
What did I say
the
about
guys
my
there being like, "Oh, fuck the parents. We don't listen to what they say."
That's
That guy
every
got
teacher.
fired. I know.
Yeah, what? And he got fired for that?
Every
Well, he
single
was
teacher.
like, we hear what the parents say and we just completely dismiss it and we do what we want to do.
Dude, that's every teacher. You sit down with a teacher, they're like, "Yeah, fuck these parents. These parents," and then they do suck. These teachers get emails every day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
"Did you discipline my son?
Yeah.
He wasn't wrong." It's like, dude, he's 6. He was wrong.
You weren't there.
Your 6-year-old lying to you.
Yeah, what?
I did that.
Oh, definitely.
I got in trouble. I came home and I was like, "This teacher just hates me." And my mom was like,
I'll go talk to him.
"I'm gonna talk to him," and I was like, "Yeah."
I had
And they went and talked, and this lady was like, "No, I like him.
I chronically
don't
did
understand
that.
what the problem is."
I had no leeway. My parents,
I remember that.
my dad would come in and be like, "He's a liar. This kid's a liar."
By the way, never again.
Yeah.
And my dad would literally never stick up for me.
Yeah.
He would go and be like, demand more.
Did you make more
He'd
punishment?
be like, "This kid's a dickhead." Like, he's like, "I know he's causing problems in your classroom. Tell me about all the problems." I guess he does talk a lot. He's like, "Son of a bitch.
Get in here, Shane.
My fucking son is a pussy." Fucking loudmouth. Is that what you are?
My dad would come in and be like, "Do you want me? You can hit him. You can hit him."
Yeah.
No, we
And all
can't."
the teachers
He's
are like, "What?"
I'll come in and I'll hit him in front of the other kids, and they'd be like, "No, dude, you can't do that." Because he's a liar, and I don't believe a word he says. I was just sitting there like,
I hit my teachers with that. They were giving me in-school suspension, and I was crying.
really?"
And I was
Cool.
like, "I'm gonna get my ass beat for this, just so
You're, like,
you
tough.
know." Like I was like,
Blood is on
telling
your
them, I was
hands.
like, "I'm gonna get hit for this," and they were like, "Good." Oh, my fucking nun teacher.
In school suspension. Yeah, she didn't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
she was like, "You should be hit. You farted during Stations of the Cross."
That is devastating. The
No, my
nuns were
friend farted,
ruthless.
and I reported it
You d-
because I was scream laughing. It was during Stations of the Cross, dude.
And she played
And
by
she was
whoever
like-
smelt the
she
Delta
screamed-
rules.
She screamed. She was like, "Stop laughing, get out of here!" And I was like, "Dusty farted." And she was like, "That's 2. That's in school suspension. Get out."
what?
And I was like,
That was the Stations though for sister.
It was Stations of the Cross,
probably-
yeah.
That's fucking no quarter given.
and
dude.
I remember I was crying in the hallway, and another student walked by, and I was like, "Fuck."
That was the passion. That
Somebody
was the
saw
passion.
me. It's the Passion of the Christ. Dude. The devil was tempting me. They're like, do you want your dad to beat the shit out of you in 2 hours? I was like,
Just bursting
So
out
be
loud.
and he
it.
got me. That was the belt. I got the belt that day.
Did you?
Did you try to explain it? Were you just like,
Phil took it easy on me.
Yeah.
He didn't really give me the full belt.
He knew
It was
fart.
just pure terror.
You told him it was a fart.
And he knew what he was doing. He was walking up the steps going, it was the scary dude. I was like kicking my feet.
he snapped it?
He was snapping it on the walk up the
Would
steps.
you have taken the goblet with myrrh in it?
I would have suicided. I would have said, please get me out of this.
That's like what the bear Jew does in
For
Inglourious
real,
Bastards. He like
snapping
comes
it
down the
up.
hallway
He
smacking
he
the.
lightly hit me twice.
Yeah.
Lightly, but
Snapping
boy,
the
they were
belt.
scary. I was genuinely, you know, how I joke about squealing. I was absolutely, I was shirtless. He said, "Take your shirt off." No, I'm done. This is pretty dramatic.
Yeah, dude.
But no, he was just putting the fear of God in me. He didn't.
Stations, dude.
You can't fart during stations.
I'd be stone faced. Dude, we used to lay under the
Yeah,
pews
right.
and
If somebody
hide. Yeah, we
bounced a
used-
fart off a pew,
We figured out that we could not go to first. We would like walk with our class and break off and like chill in the woods and like come and creep behind the church and like come into the
yeah,
thing.
you
and try
were.
to
I was
military
not a
crawl.
menace like you.
Oh, dude, it was.
I was never like I'm gonna beat the system. I was always just like
Really?
laughing.
Oh no,
If
just
somebody
giggling?
farted, it was
Game
dude,
over.
I spent no lie. I spent at least. Honestly, I spent probably 45 minutes on my belly in 5th grade on the ground, like the
just
whole
see
year.
if you
class.
could do it.
Just I would they were like broken up
Yeah,
in like
you-
10-minute periods.
You running experiments even as a child.
I would military crawl. I'm like, dude, this teacher doesn't know that I'm on my belly, and I'd military crawl, grab my cousin's ankle, and then military crawl back
That's
to my
so
desk and
nice.
pop back up.
That's
and it's
so
like,
nice.
dude, what's good?
The teacher obviously saw you. The teacher was definitely like, Jesus, fuck,
I don't care. Like, I don't care.
this kid thinks he's doing something.
He's never going to learn this material.
Yeah, this is.
He's not going to learn
He's
social
not gonna
studies.
learn one thing.
She opened my grammar book one time. Halfway through, I didn't have a single thing filled out in it. She opened it with, "What's this?" And I was like,
Nothing.
"I was like, I did it in my copybook." She's like, "No, you didn't."
At least you didn't hit the swaz, dude. They're in there. They're deep in
Oh,
every
deep
copy
swaz.
book. The swastikas
Dude,
are
I
in
had a
every
ruler
copy
confiscated. I had a ruler confiscated.
book. You had a swastika?
I had a tripart ruler. My brothers gave it to me. Where it was like those geometry rulers.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know if I
That's
put them
pretty
on there,
nice,
if,
though.
if it was handed down as a Hindu fucking artifact.
Yes.
It was decked with swastikas. And I used to fucking hit this kid. I used to beat this kid in class.
Yeah,
with them.
you hit a kid with a
The lady
swastika.
sees the swastika ruler off me and was like, Jesus fucking Christ. It was fully
Dude,
decked
today
out.
you would go to jail.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh
it would
my
be a
God.
live of TikTok.
It'd be on the
teacher.
news.
She would be holding it up in a TikTok. She'd
Dude.
be sobbing.
To be fair, the kid was Polish. I was hitting with it.
Whoa.
He could have been a Jew, dude. I
The
was
swastika
beating
might
it.
have just formed itself.
Yeah, dude, it took place.
If you hit a Pollock enough times,
I had the scepter,
that's
dude.
not funny. I retract that.
Yeah, my brother's like, yo, this is, I was like, what is this? Like, I don't know. It's this weird 3-part geometry ruler, but you can like hit kids with it. And I was like, thank you,
Thank you.
brothers. And I took it to class and just rode into battle, dude.
That's so nice that you had weapons passed down.
Dude, having a fucking scepter, a swastika ruler.
So sick. You had it.
Passed down sword in the stone style.
Damn. I didn't. I got fucking tampons in toilets. I'd see him in there. I'd be like, what the
Oh.
fuck is this?
They came from my little sisters.
Like,
which was-
my
yeah.
sister poops blood. They'd be like, actually, it's from our vaginas. What the fuck? No.
Just beating yourself with a belt shirt off. Dad hit me.
That's just gross.
What is it, son?
Yeah, it was disturbing the first time I went to the toilet. I went, what the? Mom!
Yeah, what is this?
Oh, I was disturbed.
Yeah, girls not flushing their fucking disgusting feminine products.
Yeah.
It's gross.
That's why dude, I'm telling you, the Middle East, dude, own tent.
Yes.
Don't come out till you're done.
Yeah.
7 days, you're unclean.
That's what they're doing. They're tossing them in.
That's what it was back
That's
in the day.
nice. That's to mitigate the fucking yapping, dude.
Oh, dude.
Those boys figured it out a long time ago, dude. Just get rid of them. They'll
7
come back in
days.
7 days and they'll be great again.
Put them in the tent. Yeah.
And they'll be happy to come out. They'll be like, I was being a bitch.
I'm so sorry.
Don't put me in the tent again. Like, well, we'll see. I bet you in 3 weeks
Seen
you're back in
that- seen
that fucking tent.
That's-
Like, look, it's the rules. You're unclean.
Oh, that must be so nice. The second she starts being like, we always watch this.
the
Just
tent.
don't make me count
You
the
got
fucking
Bravo in
3.
the tent.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, that book about India I was reading was so fucking funny.
Yeah. Tell
Just
me about
bobs.
the boys.
It was just they're talking bob culture.
What's the bobbage?
So they were saying this is the reason they were. This wasn't what it was about, but they were kind of explaining like the setup of like a traditional Indian family in India. where like you're living with extended family. So it said the whole thing, the household is like extended family couples living together. It's fucking real world.
Yeah.
And you're there, but you can tell by like people's facial expressions.
People are going to stop being friendly and start being fucking very real.
So they're saying like it's just a very like erotic setup because you're like, damn, dude, my cousin. You're
erotic.
like, people are reading each other's facial expressions, being like, yo, they just smashed last night. But then there's this whole temptation with like you have all these
It's
in-laws
like
and
college.
stuff.
It's just college.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
co-ed dorms.
India is? That's what the slums are?
No, they're saying like the household itself. Like if you're there in a traditional household, you're there with like a bunch of different people. A bunch of couples are cohabitating or whatever.
Wow.
So you're like, you might hear a little something. You know,
Yeah, you definitely
you're
hear
a 14-year-old boy. Yeah, it's that they're saying like the household is a very erotic
Can you
setup.
imagine being 14 and hearing something?
That's why the Bobs are in demand, dude. They're
They're going nuts.
It launch starts your career.
they're in a crazily like a charged up environment. Dude.
How prevalent is what's that book?
Which
The
one?
sex book?
Kama Sutra.
I wonder how prevalent that is in Bob culture.
I mean, it's
We associate that with India, but I wonder if India is ever like
Are they actually just cracking
we
it
all
open?
crack it open.
they might. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, they don't have like there's not like the strict Catholic guilt. Like it's on. Once you get married and you're back in your dad's house and you bring your bae back there, it's on.
Those are the
Tantric.
dudes who get horny at strip clubs. Dudes with zero Catholic guilt. They go in like,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
dude,
here, come here, give me a hug, baby.
you're putting on the biz
I have the
cash.
guilt. I go in there. I'm
The
like, this
Catholic
is
guilt's
wrong.
like, oh, I'm sorry.
I shouldn't even be in here. Are you
Nah,
all
dude.
right?
You leave the
Talk to
call
him.
center from the biz cash is on you, dude. You're thinking about your fucking. You're
Nice
thinking about your
purple
like
shirt.
You and your
cousin's
dog hop
facial
on a fucking
expressions.
moped straight down to the fucking club. To the club. Let's hit a ball.
You're like, bro, I need to
Just get real.
come out of your house. You're like, bro, I'm so fucking torqued from my house.
Hey,
What?
my goddamn girlfriend's mom's right there. Talk about boners.
Torque
I
could
said
mean anything.
torque.
My goddamn girl. Watch out. She's gonna come over and
Get choked.
Trying
Don't
to
get choked.
hit the club sock.
Hit the
I'm gonna get
bears
in trouble
too.
for that, dude. That's not good. I'm gonna have to take my fucking shirt off and get belted.
I want my dad to beat me again. Yeah, I want to get like a
It
big
was
dad.
so
Can you give me
scared.
one
I
more
would
sesh?
whoop his old ass right now. I
want
might
a
go home and
sesh.
make. I might say, Phil,
Well,
take that fucking top off.
You just walk up the steps next time like that,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
Just
gonna
give him
get
one.
him.
Like I got one. Let me give you one.
I owe
Just-
you one.
It was.
Put the fear in him.
You know what is funny though? Even when he did it as a kid, I remember being like, "Oh, that's nothing."
Really?
I can
Oh,
see
he's
that.
taking it easy. No, he was literally like,
Yeah.
he wasn't gonna fucking.
Yeah, he wasn't hit you.
He was big, dude. That would have been insane.
That
I was
would've
in
been
like
crazy.
6th grade.
Yeah, that would have been
That
terrifying.
would have been nuts for him to wail on me.
If he put his hips into it, if he turned his hips over.
if he actually was like, whoosh, he would have
That's
been like,
probably
"Oh
what he
shit,
got.
my
That's
bad,
probably
my
what
bad."
he got.
What?
Big Phil probably got
Phil's
the
dad was a-
real belt, dude.
Turns out his dad was a monster
Yeah.
and did attack everybody in the family.
Yeah, every
he was
dude.
a fucking monster.
Physically or just
Yeah, he was like 6'5". He played at Notre Dame, cracked his skull at Notre Dame,
damn.
had he was Antonio Brown. Except in a creek in Mechanicsburg, just like just attacking people nonstop. dude.
Instilling the Catholic guilt on the
He
people.
was a menace.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, I've said it before, but he had a heart attack getting heart surgery. When he came to, he spazzed and tried to attack the nurses and his heart exploded.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, he tried to fight on the operating table and
That's how he went out.
he went out like I mean, that is a warrior's death.
That is so fucking
Yeah.
badass. That's a way to
Old
go.
Francis Gillis went down swinging.
Yeah, he did. What a beast.
Dude, I knew someone who used to get. I used to just get like kicked in the ass and like just the fucking snooped
Yeah.
upside the heads. I knew someone who used to get. Their dad would stand in front of them, face to face, and corner them, and just be like, "Think you're tough?" Like, no. And like, look me in the eye, and they'd be like, "What are you looking at?" And they would go like this the whole time.
Hey, I don't like what you're doing.
He would do that the whole time. And if you blocked his hand, he would go whack, smack you in the head. And then if you kept doing it, he'd just keep poking you.
Oh,
So he
Dude,
dogged him? He,
Dude, it was
turned
like,
him
and
into
they were sessions, dude. They were long sessions. Where it was
Yeah.
like, you think you're tough? You're tough. Look at me. Or what do you look, dude? And it was just psychological,
Holy
total
shit.
warfare,
a-
dude.
And he told you about this?
I would hear it. I'd be up there just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn.
you'd be playing Diddy Kong Racing.
That's chilling, just like playing Connects. Like, I don't even know how to do these things. It's
Yeah, Connect suck.
I'm going to learn real fast.
I'm gonna build a fucking Ferris wheel.
Yeah, there's no cell phone, dude.
No.
You're just beached. You're just sitting there like, no, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, dude's getting. Yeah, it is tough.
That was like the real fucking like,
guys getting beat.
dude, getting the poke, and then if you block it, it hurts. This fucking hurts when
Yeah.
someone does that, and then you block it, and it just whack. Sounds like I'm truly fucked right
Yeah,
now.
dudes. Yeah, there are bros that got the shit beat out of them by their dads,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you definitely couldn't tell anybody.
which
dude. You
doesn't
definitely
work out.
No,
You're
at all.
gonna be fucked up.
Yeah. It's
Almost.
You're gonna beat the shit out of someone else.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah,
it's-
it does something. It does something to you. There's no, and it's funny because it turns out like you just don't have to terrify a child like that. Because they did that in my social work school. They'd always be like, yeah, it's like a thing. Like they had this whole thing where they were like, it's just part of black culture, and you have to scare the. And it's like, no, it's just lazy, uneducated parenting. Like it's not. It's like you have to scare the kids. It's just like
Yeah, of course.
white people do it too. It's not like
The honkies are.
Exactly.
The honkies do it at a pretty prolific
check
rate.
the honks, see who's doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, these are the honkies that need to be on. It's like, no, they're the honkies.
Now
that
get
are
everybody
educated
that's doing it.
parents. Yeah,
Please
yeah.
don't worry about race when it comes to beating the hell out
That's
of
right.
kids.
They would try to. They would fucking piss me off, man. They would do it all the time. Be like, and the teachers would be like, "Oh yeah, it's totally a thing." And it's like, no, it's not. It's just retarded. It's a
Yeah, they might
retarded
turn
thing.
into good athletes from it though. Might make a good might make you a good Tua Tagovailoa. and
They
make you be
pulled me
able to
off
take
the
a hit.
field. They pulled me off the field because of it.
Yeah,
Damn, your dad must have fucking kicked you in the ass with
exactly.
work
Here's
boots.
the tolerance is
This guy's
crazy.
the missile, dude.
This boy can take a hit.
Yeah, they used to chat my ass like, "Yo, if we don't do it, so it's like, no, you're just being a dickhead. You're terrifying a child.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing,
Screaming at a kid is fucking crazy.
dude."
But I mean, I can't even imagine, but I guess I would
True.
imagine. I know me.
Yeah,
After a while, I'd be like, yo, shut up. Turn that off.
yeah.
Shut up.
If you're in a pressure cooker or the quick like grab, 'em, like get over.
Yeah,
here,
you grab
and
too
that-
hard accidentally.
But that's like nothing. That's like
Yeah.
that's nothing.
You're allowed
little
to
yank.
grab the shit out of a kid while you're frustrated accidentally.
Yeah.
There you go. My bad. I'm sorry.
You want to watch TV?
You want me to grab you? Let's put it back on.
Some ice cream.
Let's put that back on. I was just fucking with you.
You're not gonna tell
crazy
anybody.
face like, what? I was just fucking with you there.
Come on, man.
You're not gonna
Come
tell
on,
your dad
tough it
about
up.
this.
But that used to
Your arm's
that used to
fine.
make me laugh so hard at school when they talk about that. I'm like, dudes, please stop.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything cool.
Guys,
Let's go.
I think that's it.
Yeah, let's get it.
I think we've reached our time.
Good shit.
Check out Son of a Boy Dad.
Thank you.
That shit's great.
Thank you.
You and Sass are great guys.
Fantastic
Very
program.
nice of you.
Fantastic. Ah, fuck
You're
puppy.
fucking walking
I
through
was-
those tickly feet.
Dude,
You're sensitive,
Can you
bro. You
stay?
need to walk
Can
on
you
some
stay?
I
steps.
say tickle torture me. Dude, I get a weird feeling in my penis when
couldn't
someone
do
touches
it.
the bottom of my feet.
Weak.
felt it in
You
your
were touching
penis?
my penis.
You don't have
with
a
my foot.
working man's feet.
You were
dude.
touching my
You don't
penis.
have callous feet. Those are sit at home feet. Dude.
These are highly erogenous, dude. These are so my feet. I told you about the one time I got a pedicure.
What happened?
The lady was pushing my foot and my dick was twitching.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, only a woman's
Oh
touch
my
can
God,
unlock
he's wearing
it.
sweatpants. Oh my
Dude,
God, he's
what
I
rock
would get.
Bro,
hard.
if I let you tickle my feet, I get a sensation directly in my penis. Poppy, no.
Puppy.
Poppy,
Puppy,
no.
please.
Poppy, no.
Papa, bar, papa.